Franklin TV Sports presents the Hockomock Girls Swim Championships. This morning from Milford High School in Milford, Mass., 12 Hockomock League teams will be in the pool vying for the championship of the Hockomock League. Hi everyone and welcome to our telecast. I'm Pete Royce. Working alongside our producer today is Chris Flynn. Our camera operators are also Meredith Robertson and Melissa Marchese. We're underway here in the girls division. The boys performed last night and today it's the girls. And we'll be covering all of these events here today. We open up with the 200-yard medley relay. And there are three teams in the pool for this one. Oliver Ames in lane 1, Mansfield in lane 2, Sharon in lane 3, Milford in lane 4, and North Attleboro in lane 5. More about North Attleboro in just a few moments. This is going to be a 200-yard medley relay, and it looks like now the girls are in the freestyle division of that, and the winner is, in lane 3, is Sharon. So Sharon takes it, and lane 1, Oliver Ames finishes second. In lane 4, Milford finishes third. In lane 5, North Attleboro finishes fourth. And a little bit about North Attleboro. This league championship today was delayed because the North Attleboro bus broke down on Route 495. As we open up the festivities this morning, it's -2 degrees out. You can imagine what they went through, but they have arrived and they did a little quick warm-up before this meet, and they were able to participate here. So this is going to be the second heat for the 200-yard medley. And it's going to be King Philip, Attleboro. Franklin will have racers in this one. They'll be in lane 3, Canton, Foxborough, and Taunton. So in lane 3 for Franklin, first one up is Harakalai Barali, and she'll be in lane number 3. And right now, she's got the lead. No, she doesn't. Lane 2 actually has the lead, Attleboro. Franklin in second place. And here's the relay. Franklin hits the wall, and the second swimmer in the pool for Franklin is Christina Tang. Franklin in lane 3. This is the 200-yard medley relay. 4 swimmers, each will do a different stroke. And it looks like the breaststroke. In lane 3, Franklin has taken the lead. And now their third swimmer is in, and that's Hope Zarayath. And she's really moving in lane 3. Look at Hope go. Franklin in the lead here. Hope Zarayath. And finally the fourth swimmer in, and she's in the pool, and that's Emma Ferreira. This is the freestyle portion. Ferreira in lane 3. Opened up a 5-length lead on her nearest opponent in lane 4. Ferreira to bring Franklin its first win today. Heat number 2 of 2 in the 200-yard medley. Ferreira heading for the wall, and Ferreira is going to come in and win the event at a time of 1:53.78. So Franklin wins it, and they beat their overall mark. Their best mark in this race this year was 1:59.31. The adrenaline must have been flowing as they beat their mark by almost 5.5 seconds. So Franklin does get the win. And we're now going to move to the girls' 200-yard freestyle. By the way, we'll give you the results of last night, where all the 12 Hockomock teams participated. And the overall winner was Sharon with 376 points. Attleboro was number 2 at 357. Milford was third at 249. Canton at 246.56. And Franklin finished 5th at 187 points. So we now move to the 200-yard freestyle. And let's see. Heat number 1, Franklin does not have a swimmer in this event. It's Mansfield in lane 2, Mansfield in lane 3, and Oliver Ames in lane 4. For Mansfield, the 2 swimmers in lane 3 is Vidul Beeson in lane 2. Lane 3, Emily McDonald, and Oliver Ames in lane 4 has Colleen Cummings. This is going to be a 200-yard freestyle. And so far in lane 3, Emily McDonald with the lead. And she'll hit the wall. Lost a little bit on the turn to her teammate, Vidul Bison in lane 2. Of these 3 swimmers, the best time for this year was with the swimmer in lane 3, Emily McDonald. She had a time of 3:05.28 earlier this season. So we're underway. So glad you're with us here on Franklin TV, and we're streaming worldwide on the internet on YouTube. Lane 3, McDonald of Mansfield, coaxing in. And she makes the flip at 1:24.27. Swimmers have slowed down considerably here, but McDonald in lane 3 with a big lead. This is one of 6 heats in the 200-yard freestyle. Good crowd on hand, maybe not as much as last night, but some brave souls braving the cold here this morning to come out to Milford High School. McDonald in lane 3. And she hits the wall. 2 laps to go for McDonald. Back and forth, and that'll do it for this 200-yard freestyle. Heat number 1 of 6 heats. We were delayed by about 20 minutes in the start of this race because of North Attleboro's bus trouble on the highway, no less. So glad that they finally made it. It was a patient crowd waiting for them to arrive. And McDonald now in lane 3, coming home to win this heat, the 200-yard freestyle. That's 8 lengths of the pool. Sorry, 8 round trips, I should say. And there it is, McDonald, a time of 2:58. So she breaks her season best, which was 3:05, by about 7 seconds. And the other swimmers moving along slowly in lane 4 is Oliver Ames, Colleen Cummings, and in lane 2, Mansfield's Vidul Bison. So Cummings in lane 4 finishes second, and Bison will finish third in lane 2. So there you have it, the girls 200-yard freestyle. The second heat is coming up, and Franklin still does not have a swimmer in the pool in this race. In lane 1 will be Trinity Wilson of Taunton. In lane 2, Iman Farid of North Attleboro. In lane 3, Elizabeth O'Connor of Milford. In lane 4, Skylar Markowski of Mansfield. In lane 5, Nicole Needham of Attleboro. And in lane 6, Nicole Sutherland of Attleboro. Girls are pretty close. In lane 3 is your leader at this moment. It's Skylar Markowski of Mansfield. And she has a 1-length lead on Emma Farid of North Attleboro. I'm sorry, of Elizabeth O'Connor of Milford. So in lane 3, actually your leader now in lane 3 is Elizabeth O'Connor of Milford. This is O'Connor in lane 3. Her best time in this event this year was 2:44.08. Let's see how she does here. We'll talk about the season to date in the Hockomock League. This is of course, all the leagues are participating. All the teams from the league are participating. Again, it's O'Connor in lane 3, leading it by 4 lengths over the Mansfield swimmer in lane 4, Skylar Markowski. O'Connor for the homestanding Scarlet Hawks in lane number 3. -2 degrees outside, probably about 72 degrees inside the pool here in Milford. And O'Connor hits the wall, 2 lengths to go to wrap up heat number 2 of 6. Franklin will not have a swimmer in this event until heat number 4 of 6. They'll have one in heat 4, heat 5, and in heat 6. So O'Connor pulling away from Milford in lane 3. 200-yard freestyle. And swim any stroke they want. Most do the, I guess you'd call it the Australian crawl. And O'Connor comes in and hits the wall at 2:34.44. 2:34.44. And that beats her best time by almost 10 seconds. It's amazing that these swimmers have a little extra adrenaline flowing. And they sometimes, it's not unusual for them to put up their best marks of the season in this championship event. So we're going to move to the heat number 3. Again, Franklin will not have a swimmer in here. Milford will have 3. In lane 1 will be Laura McAlpine of Milford. In lane 2, Bridget Howland of Milford. In lane 3, Megan Atwood of North Attleboro. So there's the first North Attleboro swimmer today. In lane 4, Madeline Stokey of Milford. In lane 5, Sophia Belanger of Oliver Ames. And in lane 6, Horrigan Megan of Canton. I'm wondering if that might be Megan Horrigan. They may have flip-flopped the first and last names on our scorecard. I'd like to thank David Chaplin. What a job he's done in organizing both this event and last night's boys Hockomock Championship. The leader here in this heat in lane 3 is Megan Atwood of North Attleboro. And she makes the turn. 2 of 8 laps in the books here. Atwood very close now in lane 5. Catching up with her is Sophia Belanger of Oliver Ames. In fact, Atwood has lost her lead. In lane 6, Megan Horrigan battling it now with Horrigan is from Canton, and Belanger in lane 5 from Oliver Ames with the lead. This should be the halfway point. And again, it's still Belanger in lane 5 with the lead. Horrigan right behind in lane 6. Horrigan from Canton, Belanger from Oliver Ames. Coming up close quickly, though, is Milford's Bridget Howland in lane 2. Time at this point, 1:37 has elapsed. It's very close, and I think in lane 2, it's Howland of Milford with the slight lead by a head. Howland with the flip in lane 2. And her lead is maybe a half a length over Belanger in lane 5 and Horrigan in lane 6. Milford, and when their swimmer has the lead, you can hear the home crowd here in Milford cheering their swimmers on. 2:16 has elapsed in this race. Howland in lane 2 from Milford. Howland digging for the wall in lane 2, and Howland is going to win it. In second place, it's going to be Belanger of Oliver Ames, and in third place, Megan Horrigan of Canton. Howland's time, 2:34. I don't know, it was better than that. I think she beat her best time to date, which was 2:38. This is heat 4 of 6. In lane 1 is Mallory Burns of North Attleboro. In lane 2, Faith Ellen of Franklin. In lane 3, Dara Bertuman of Foxborough. In lane 4, Chloe Chu of Franklin. In lane 5, Elise Murphy of Canton. And in lane 6, Jill Callistra of North Attleboro. So Franklin in lane 2 and in lane 4. And lane 4 has the lead, and that's Chloe Chu. 2 lengths down, 6 to go. Chu in lane 4 with a length and a half lead over Bertuman of Foxborough in lane 3. The other Franklin swimmer is Ellen in lane 2, Faith Ellen. But it's a nice lead here in lane 4 for Chloe Chu. Chu, halfway done, hits the wall at 105.97. Second place now is Faith Ellen, also of Franklin. And in third place is Foxborough's Dara Bertuman. This is Chu, hits the wall. This is a freestyle, 200 yards. Chloe Chu in lane 4, leading her teammate Faith Ellen in lane 2. Franklin 1 and 2 so far in this event, heat number 4 of 6 in the 200-yard freestyle. Chu, a length and a half lead over her teammate Faith Ellen. Chu with the flip. Ellen gaining speed. Ellen looks like she's going to take the lead. Faith Ellen in lane 2 has the lead over her teammate Chloe Chu. Ellen turning it on here, and Ellen is going to win it in lane 2, and Chu finishes second. What a race for Faith Ellen. She just hung out and then waited for the last lap, the last length of the pool, and she came through and was able to get the victory for Franklin. Is that their first win of the day? I think so. Franklin gets the win. The next heat is heat number 5 of 6 in the 200-yard freestyle. Lane 1 will be Mila Davoff of Taunton. Lane 2, Rachel Rayler of King Philip. In lane 3, Ashley DeRoche of Franklin. In lane 4, Caroline Lynch Bartek of Attleboro. In lane 5, Julianne Gilchrist of Canton. And in lane 6, Megan Viveros of Taunton. So Franklin's Ashley DeRoche is in lane 3. And she might have a slight lead. She does as she hits the first wall. 200-yard freestyle. DeRoche in lane 3 with the lead. DeRoche has 1 length on her competition. And in lane 4, it's Caroline Lynch Bartek of Attleboro. DeRoche opens up a 2-length lead now in lane 3 for Franklin. Franklin trying to make it 2 wins in a row, 2 consecutive heats. The 200-yard freestyle. DeRoche pouring it on here. With the flip. Ashley DeRoche in lane 3, a 3-length lead over Caroline Lynch Bartek of Attleboro. Now a 4-length lead. DeRoche swimming fast. Her time at that point right now, 1:20. Her best on the year, 2:10.83. DeRoche in lane 3. 2 laps to go after she hits the wall. Ashley DeRoche in lane 3. In lane 2, it's Kings Phillips, Rachel Rayler. DeRoche has opened up a half a pool length lead. DeRoche, the final lap coming in. She's at 1:54. Her time to beat is 2:10. Let's see if she can make it. She's got to hustle. DeRoche in lane 3. We're at 2:04. DeRoche in lane 3, about to hit the wall, and Ashley DeRoche wins it at 2:09.26. She beat it by 1 second, her best of the season. And Rayler of King Philip finished second in that race. And I believe Caroline Lynch Bartek of Attleboro finished third. So Franklin with 2 consecutive wins here in the 200-yard freestyle. And the next heat is heat 6 of 6 in this event. Lane 1, Keely Harney of Canton, Abby Gallagher of Foxborough. Zuri Ferguson is lane 3 of Attleboro. Addison McDonald of Mansfield in lane 4. Tiffany Ye of Taunton in lane 5. And Sydney Bourgeois of Franklin in lane 6. All the girls are tight here in this event, the 200-yard freestyle. The leader now in lane 3 is Zuri Ferguson of Attleboro. She's got a nice 2-length lead. Ferguson in lane 3. The Franklin swimmer is Sydney Bourgeois in lane 6. Second place right now belongs to Addison McDonald of Mansfield. Ferguson hits the wall. Big lead of 3 lengths now on McDonald. Ferguson swimming for Attleboro in lane 3. 3-length lead at the halfway mark. She's at 55.76, a great time for her. Her best time is 1:57.46. She's tracking to that score right now. In second place in lane 4 is Addison McDonald. In third place is Sydney Bourgeois of Franklin in lane 6. Ferguson, 4-length lead for Attleboro in lane 3. 2 lengths to go for Ferguson. She's at 1:25. Her best time this year, 1:57.46. Bourgeois for Franklin in lane 6 is in third place. Ferguson's the story of this heat. She's at 1:45. Her time to beat is 1:57. Ferguson digging down in lane 3. And Ferguson hits the wall at 1:54.22. Her best this season. Finishing second for Mansfield in lane 4 is Addison McDonald. And it's going to be Sydney Bourgeois neck and neck with Keely Harney of Canton. I think Bourgeois tapped the wall first, and she should get third place in this event, the last heat of the 200-yard medley relay. So we're going to move now to the 200-yard individual medley. We're going to have 5 heats in this event. Franklin will not have a swimmer in the pool until the third heat. They'll have one in 3, 4, and 5. So there's going to be 5 heats. Franklin will be swimming in 3, 4, and 5. So we just have a Hockomock League record set. That was the first event, heat number 2. The Franklin team swims in at 1:53.78, the 200-yard medley relay. And that team is made up of Harikari Barali, Christine Tang, Hope Zaraeth, and Emma Ferreira. They set a Hawk mark of 1:53.78. Taking a look at the standings on the season coming into this event, Franklin was 5-0, and they unblemished in the Hawk, and they had wins over Bishop Fian, to start the season, 107.69. That's an out-of-league game, out-of-league meet. And then, actually, they are 6-0 on the season in the Hawk, with wins against Milford, 93-62, at Canton, 91-79, against Taunton, 95-67, at North Attleboro, 96-66, at Attleboro, 93-72, and at KP, 91-66. So Franklin 7-0 on the season, 6-0 in the Hawk, and they have to be the favorite here in this event. So Franklin 7-0 on the season. Attleboro would be a contender. They're 4-1 in the Hawk, 4-1 overall. So all of their races were in the Hawk. Taunton 3-2 in the Hawk and overall. North Attleboro 2-3 in the Hawk, 3-3 overall. KP 1-4 in the Hawk, 1-4 overall. And Milford comes into this event 0-5, 2-5 in the Hawk. And that's in the Kelly Rex division. In the Davenport division, the smaller schools, Oliver Ames is at 7-1, Mansfield 6-1, Canton 1-6, and Sharon 0-8. So that's a little bit of a preview. From those standings, you have to take it that Franklin has to be the favorite here in this event. We now move to the girls' 200-yard individual medley. And there's just two swimmers in the pool in lane 2 and 3. It looks like Taunton swimmer is not going to be in this event. So in lane 3, it's going to be Sophia Vittorino of North Attleboro. Remember, her bus broke down and she was delayed getting here, but she's got the lead in this event, the 200-yard individual medley. So they're starting with the butterfly. Now she'll go to a different mode as she hits the wall, and she's going to go to the backstroke. So your leader is Sophia Vittorino of North Attleboro in the backstroke. And she's in lane 3. In lane 2 is Maya Dancy of Mansfield. But it's Vittorino on the backstroke here. It's 200 yards, individual medley. 2 lengths of the pool in each style of swimming. And Vittorino of North Attleboro with a nice lead here. This is the first of 5 heats in this event. Franklin will swim in heats 3, 4, and 5, the girls' 200-yard individual medley. So glad you're with us, fans, on Franklin TV, and we're streaming worldwide on the internet. Pete Royce with the call, high above the pool here in Milford. And now, Vittorino goes to the butterfly, the breaststroke, the breaststroke. Vittorino in lane 3 with the lead. She has a 4-length lead over Mansfield's Maya Dancy. All 4 styles of swimming showcased in this event, but all with 1 girl on each team. Heat number 1 of 5. Time now at 2 minutes. Vittorino of North Attleboro swimming alone in lane 3. He's got almost a half a pool lead over Maya Dancy of Mansfield in lane 2. So Vittorino will hit the wall and go to the 4th style of swimming, most likely the freestyle. And there she goes, Vittorino. Her time to beat, season best, 3:12.07. She's at 2:36 right now. She's got a good shot at it. Vittorino of North Attleboro in lane 3. More than a half a pool length lead over Dancy of Mansfield in lane 2. The final lap, the final leg of this event for Vittorino. Sophia at 2:57. Her time to beat is 3:12. I don't know if she's going to make it. Vittorino in lane 3. She's at 3:05, 3:06, 3:07. She's going to make it. Vittorino hits the wall at 3:11.40, less than a second better than her season best. Her season best was 3:12.07, 3:11.40. And finishing up now is Dancy, and she'll hit it at 326. And that's right at her season best. So North Attleboro takes it first place. We go to heat number 2 of 5. Canton's Kira Yu will be in lane 1. Samantha De Silva of Milford in lane 2. The homestanding girl, Maggie Branson Lynch of Attleboro in lane 3. Clara Schreiber of Mansfield in lane 4. Salama Tolliver of Attleboro in lane 5. And Camilla Costa of Milford in lane 6. And they start with the butterfly. And the leader in lane 4 is Clara Schreiber of Mansfield. And now she's going to move to the backstroke. Schreiber in lane 4 of Mansfield. Next behind in lane 1 is Kira Yu of Canton. And the third spot belongs to Samantha De Silva of Milford in lane 2. But it's Schreiber in lane 4 on the backstroke. Pretty close. Catching up in lane 2 is Samantha De Silva of Milford. They're neck and neck, and De Silva has taken the lead in lane 2 from Milford. And she hits the wall. And now she's going to go with the breaststroke. The breaststroke for De Silva in lane 2. Side by side, they're even. De Silva and Schreiber. It looks like Schreiber may have a slight lead by a head. Schreiber in lane 4, De Silva of Milford in lane 2. Schreiber is from Mansfield in lane 4. He's got a little bit of a lead, a half a body lead over De Silva is the lead for Clara Schreiber of Mansfield. We still have the freestyle style to go for the final 2 lengths. Schreiber with a half a length lead over De Silva. Schreiber hits the wall and goes to the freestyle mode in lane 4. Clara Schreiber. De Silva in lane 2 of Milford. In third place in lane 6, Camilla Costa of Milford. It's Schreiber by a length over De Silva. Schreiber hits the wall, 1 lap to go. Schreiber by 2 lengths over De Silva. Schreiber pouring it on in lane 4 from Mansfield. Schreiber heading for the wall. Clara Schreiber wins the heat as she touches the wall at 3:00:34. Second place, De Silva at 3:04. And in third place, in lane 1, it's Kira Yu at 3:04:89. So Schreiber wins it, just 2 seconds off her season best. We move to heat 3, and Franklin will have a swimmer in the pool in this one. In lane 1 will be Catherine Elliott of Mansfield. In lane 2, Ava Doherty of Attleboro. In lane 3, Chloe Chu of Franklin. In lane 4, Ashley Powers of Oliver Ames. In lane 5, Alana Gay of Taunton. And in lane 6, Tegan Danahy of Franklin. Franklin in lane 3 and 6. In lane 5, here's your leader right now. It's going to be Eliana Gay. This, again, is the 200-yard individual medley. They're starting with the butterfly. In lane 2 is Ava Doherty. She's got the lead. Close behind in lane 4 is Ashley Powers of Oliver Ames. Doherty is from Attleboro. Very close here The leader in lane 2 now is Ava Doherty of Attleboro. The Franklin swimmers are in lane 3. It's Chloe Chu. And in lane 6, Tegan Danahy. Neck and neck they come. Doherty and Chu. Franklin in lane 3. Chu with a slight lead. And now we're going to go to the breaststroke. In lane 3, it's Chloe Chu. Chu with a slight lead over Ava Doherty of Attleboro. Chu from Franklin in lane 3. And now Doherty has a slight lead on the breaststroke. Doherty in lane 2 with a slight lead over Chloe Chu of Franklin in lane 3. They'll still be the freestyle style after this last lap. It's Doherty with the lead in lane 2. Chu of Franklin a half a length behind in lane 3. And we move now to the freestyle. Doherty bounces off the wall. Can Chu close the gap? Doherty in lane 2. Chu of Franklin in lane 3. And Doherty has opened up a 1.5 length lead over Chu. Doherty with a nice lead now. It's 1.5 lengths. It's 2 lengths now over Chu. Doherty in lane 2. Doherty from Attleboro. Chu is falling behind. And Doherty is going to hit the wall and win it. And Chu is going to finish third. Doherty at 2:38. And Chu finishes third. In lane 2. And we'll see Chu's score here. I believe it was 2:30. So Ava Doherty wins the event for Attleboro, as best we could tell. We're going to move to the heat 4 of 5, and Franklin will have a swimmer in the pool here. Lane 1 will be Vivian Racine, and she's from North Attleboro. Lane 2, Terma Mazonson of Canton. In lane 3, Sydney Dorval of Attleboro. In lane 4, Caitlin Reynolds of Canton. In lane 5 is Franklin's Madison Lawler. And in lane 6, Hannah Spears of Sharon. So Franklin has a swimmer in lane 5. It's Madison Lawler. And they start with the butterfly. The leader is in lane 3. That's Sydney Dorval of Attleboro. Sharon's swimmer is not in the pool in lane 6. Dorval with the lead in lane 3. Dorval is from Attleboro. In lane 2 is Canton's Tima Mazonson. And Franklin's Madison Lawler is in lane 5. She's in third place at the moment. On the backstroke, Sydney Dorval of Attleboro in lane 3 with the lead, 2 lengths over Tima Mazonson of Canton. The backstroke is done. We move now to the breaststroke. Maintaining the lead is Sydney Dorval of Attleboro. Franklin in lane 5 is in second place. Can she make a run on it? It's Madison Lawler. She's in second. We still have the freestyle to go. It's Dorval of Attleboro in lane 3 with a half a length lead over Madison Lawler of Franklin in lane 5. Dorval still with that half a length lead. Lawler has closed it. They're neck and neck. They're going to hit the wall, and Dorval has lost her lead to Madison Lawler of Franklin, the freestyle. Lawler of Franklin in lane 5, Dorval of Attleboro in lane 3. They're neck and neck. It's Dorval with the lead now. Dorval swimming great on the freestyle, and she hits the wall first. It's not a flip, it just goes sideways for Madison Lawler. And Dorval in lane 3 has a 3/4 length lead over Madison Lawler, and Derval is going to win it in lane 3, and Lawler will finish second. 2:32 the time for her, and 2:35 for Madison Lawler. She beats her season best by 2 seconds, but Derval beat her best by 3 seconds, and Franklin gets second place in this event. One more heat in this 200-yard individual medley, and Franklin will have a swimmer in the pool. She'll be in lane 3. It'll be Christine Tang. KP's Flannery Miller will be in lane 1. Finding Huang will be from Sharon in lane 2. Christine Tang of Franklin in lane 3. Shauna Harney of Canton in lane 4. Megan Lathrop of Foxborough in lane 5. And Ava Gallagher of Foxborough in lane 6. The Franklin swimmer is in lane 3, Christine Tang. And Tang has the lead in lane 3 by a head. On the butterfly, Tang by a head in lane 3. Hits the wall. He's going to go to the backstroke. Tang by a half a length lead in lane 3 over Shauna Harney of Canton in lane 4. Tang still with the lead in lane 3. They're neck and neck. A good flip by Harney in lane 4. They're neck and neck. They're even coming in here on the backstroke. And now in lane 4, Harney with a slight lead. They hit the wall. They're going to go now to the breaststroke. And Harney with the lead of a half a length on the breaststroke. Harney of Canton in lane 4. Tang of Franklin in lane 3. A slight lead for Harney. They hit the wall. And it's almost a 3/4 length lead now for Harney over Tang. The freestyle yet to go in this event. Harney by a shoulder over Tang. They hit the wall. And now the freestyle to wrap it up. Tang swimming in lane 3. Harney in lane 4, both pouring it on. They're neck and neck. Franklin's swimmer in lane 3. That's Christine Tang. They hit the wall. They're virtually tied. Tang and Harney. It's Harney with the slight lead in lane 4. Tang digging hard in lane 3, but it's going to be Harney who's going to get it for Canton. She hits the wall and she wins it, and Tang finishes second. 2:15 for Harney, 2:16.42 for Christine Tang. And Canton wins it, and Franklin finishes second. The best mark of the year in this race for Christine Tang was 2:17. She beat it by 1 second, but beating her by 1 second was Shauna Harney, and Harney beat her best pace of the year by 3 seconds. So we're going to move now to the girls' 50-yard freestyle, and there will be 8 heats in this event, and Franklin will not have a swimmer in the pool till heat number 3, and then again nothing till heat number 7, and then heat number 8. So Franklin comes in. You would have to think that the Panthers were favorites to win this, but it hasn't gone that easy. It's a close race. It hasn't gone that easy though, and we'll see how it goes. We mentioned Franklin 7-0 on the season. We talked to Coach Jessica Pridham before the match here tonight, and 2 things about that. Number 1, she was so pleased with the boys showing last night. Franklin finished 5th with 13 swimmers in the pool. She felt they swam beautifully. They had 187 points. And in the girls division here today, Franklin brings out 17 swimmers. And I said, Coach, what is your expectation for today? And she just kind of winked at me. I said, you got to be a favorite. You're 7-0. And again, a nice wink. So she was hoping for big things from the girl swimmers here today. So a little pause in the action at the moment. The next will be the 50-yard freestyle. And again, Franklin will not have a swimmer in the pool until the third of 8 heats. There's going to be 8 heats in this, 50 yards. So here we go. In lane 1 will be Ada Macutis of Sharon. In lane 2, Jordan Silva of Taunton. In lane 3, Kiera Eliason. In lane 4, Abby Chandran of North Attleboro. And in lane 5, Janae Nichols of Oliver Ames. Jumping out to the quick lead is Kiera Eliason of Taunton in lane 3. This is the 50-yard freestyle. This will go fast. Eliason with the lead for Taunton in lane 3. A little slow on the turn, however. And now she's swimming pretty nicely in lane 3. In second place in lane 2 is Jordan Silva of Taunton. But it's Eliason of Taunton in lane 3. Eliason is coming in, and Eliason is going to win the heat. The time of 42.78. And finishing second will be Jordan Silva of Taunton. So Taunton finishes 1 and 2 in this event. And Eliason's total was 42.78. 1/100th off her season best in this event, in this race. We move to heat number 2. In lane 1 will be Yasmin Bugusa of Foxborough. In lane 2, Lydia Stone of Foxborough. In lane 3, Amira Farid of North Attleboro. In lane 4, Isabella Ishigara of Canton. In lane 5, Nancy Asinyenga of Attleboro. And in lane 6, Alex Kaiser of Foxborough. A big lead here in lane 3 for Amira Farid of North Attleboro. Remember, North Attleboro arrived late because of bus trouble. What a day to have bus trouble on Route 495. But make it they did. And here is Farid with the lead in lane 3 for North Attleboro. Closing fast in lane 5 is Nancy Asinyenga, but Farid wins it, and finishing second is going to be Asinyenga. Farid with a time of 40.43. Check it. It might have been a little bit better than that. That might have been the second or third place. We move to the next heat. In lane 1 will be Minu Donavali of Sharon. In lane 2, Addie Edmonds of North Attleboro. In lane 3, Sarah Horner of Stoughton. In lane 4, Tara Tiagi of Franklin. In lane 5, Rachio Iziora Garcia of Milford. And in lane 6, Maeve Finn of King Philip. So the Franklin swimmer, Tiagi, is in lane 4. And in lane 5 is your leader, Isidro Garcia of Milford. Just by a head over Tiagi in lane 2. And it's going to be a photo finish here, and I believe Rocio Isidora Garcia wins it for Milford, and Tang finishes second for Franklin. We move on to the heat number 4 of 8. In lane 1, Julia Luster of Milford. In lane 2, Mackenzie Whalen of King Philip. In lane 3, Gianna Dunn of Foxborough. In lane 4, that's lane 3, Dunn, Caitlin Wagner of lane 4, Mansfield. Lane 5, Amelia Piercy of Franklin. In lane 6, Lauren Morley of Mansfield. Lane 2 is your leader, Mackenzie Whalen of King Philip. Again, this is only a 50-yard event, back and forth. In lane 2, it's Whalen of King Philip with the lead. And King Philip is going to win it. And Mansfield, that's King Philip wins it, and it's going to be Amelia Piercy of Franklin finishing second. So Franklin finishes second in 2 straight heats. We move to heat 5 of 8. Lane 1 will be Heli Gomez Moreno of Mansfield in lane 1. In lane 2, Madeline Cook of Stoughton. In lane 3, Eden Kluwer of Oliver Ames. In lane 4, Julia Leonardo of Attleboro. In lane 5, Emma Bradley of Taunton. And in lane 6, Shakira Tolliver of Attleboro. Franklin does not have a swimmer in the pool, but a big lead, or a nice lead I should say, in lane 4 for Julia Leonardo of Attleboro. It looks like she's going to take it here in lane 4. It's Julia Leonardo. The time of 30:35 is your winner, and that beats her season best by about a tenth of a second. Julia Leonardo. We move to heat 6. In lane 1 will be Annalise Bilodeau of Mansfield. In lane 2, Natalia Kotnish of Attleboro. In lane 3, Lauren Klein of King Philip. In lane 4, Kat Chavez of Sharon. In lane 5, Kristen McCook of King Philip. And in lane 6, Sophia Scott of Sharon. No Franklin swimmers is in the pool on this event. Heat number 6 of 8, the 50-yard freestyle. This is going to be close. Looks like lane 3 is Klein. Klein, I think, in a photo finish over Kat Chavez. Klein of King Philip and Chavez of Sharon, but it's going to be very close. Too close to call from my vantage point up here, but we'll get the scores later on. We move to heat 7 of 8. Lane 1 will be Paige Gray of Oliver Ames. Lane 2, Daphne Bowie of Canton. Of lane 3, Abigail Fernandez of Taunton. In lane 4, Caroline Clifford of Franklin. In lane 5, Sophia Rukadze of North Attleboro. In lane 6, Addison McDonough of Oliver Ames. The Franklin swimmer is Clifford in lane 4. And she's got the lead. Clifford in lane 4. Again, it's only a sprint to the finish. And now she's losing her lead to Fernandez of lane 3. And it's going to be Fernandez winning it by a hair over Clifford of Franklin in lane 4. Clifford's time 2:28 rather. A little bit slower than her season best, which was 27:96. Move to heat number 8. In lane 1, Sarah Wengal of Milford. In lane 2, Daniela Vernot of Stoughton. In lane 3, Annie McLean of Canton. Lane 4, Emma Ferreira of Franklin. In lane 5, Olivia Hickey of Canton. In lane 6, Caitlin Bangert of Milford. It's Ferreira in lane number 4. But in lane number 3, it's McLean of Canton. And McLean is going to take it over Ferreira. McLean finishes 1, time of 26:52 for Ferreira, and that's better than her season best, but not good enough to win this heat. And when that's going to do it, Franklin finishes the 2nd in this event. Next up will be the 100-yard butterfly, and we're going to have a break. We're going to take a break before we have the next event, the 100-yard butterfly. So there's going to be a short break. We're going to pause here in our coverage. You're watching exciting Hockomock Championship swimming from the Milford High Gym. Stay tuned for more swimming here from Milford. You're watching it all on Franklin TV and streaming worldwide on the internet. We'll be right back. Thank you. Welcome back to our telecast. Pete Royce with you high above the pool here in Franklin. We're at the Girls Hockomock Championships, and we have some results coming in here. And we have, through event 7, we have Franklin with 145 points, Canton with 110, Attleboro with 86, and King Philip with 78. And the 5 through 11 slots go to Foxborough with 77, Taunton with 60, Sharon with 51, Mansfield with 45, Oliver Ames with 34, Milford with 34, and North Attleboro with 24. So those are the team scores through the first 4 events here today. If you joined us late, we told you the results from last night's event for the boys division in the Hockomock Championships. It was Sharon High School taking it with 376 points, Attleboro with 357, Milford with 249, Canton with 246.56, and Franklin with 187 points. And the Franklin coach, Jessica Pridham, told me before the meet here today she was very happy with the boys' performance here last night. They only had 13 swimmers. They swam beautifully according to her, and they got 187 points. So we're now about a third of the way through the girls' events, and we will have next up the 100-yard butterfly, and there will be 5 heats in this race. And the first group will not have a Franklin swimmer in it. Franklin will swim in the second heat, and that'll be Jenna Chevront. Franklin will then swim next in the 4th heat, and that'll be Caroline Clifford. And in the 5th heat, Hope Zayareth. Here we go on the girls' 100-yard butterfly. This is 4 lengths of the pool in lane 2. Regan McAvoy of Taunton. In lane 3, Maya Dancy of Mansfield. And in lane 4, Lilia Ballantyne of Taunton. And it looks like one of the swimmers has dropped out, and so it's the Taunton swimmers. Ballantyne is not in the pool. It's just lane 2, the Taunton swimmer McAvoy. In lane 3, the Mansfield swimmer Maya Dancy. This is the 100-yard butterfly. And McAvoy from Taunton with a big lead over Maya Dancy of Mansfield. McAvoy in lane 2, Dancy in lane 3. The third swimmer did not go in the pool for this race for some reason. This is 100-yard butterfly. Very difficult stroke. And Regan McAvoy with a 2-length lead over Dancy. This is 100 yards. Dancy coming in to the finish. Regan Dancy with, McAvoy just barely won it by a head over Dancy. So Taunton takes first place. Time of 1:39.42, and for McAvoy, McAvoy, that beats her best time by, I think, 5 seconds. We move to heat number 2 of 5. Franklin will have a swimmer in the pool in lane 5. It will be Jenna Chevront. Lane 1, Camilla Costa of Milford. Lane 2, Rachel Maynard of Taunton. Lane 3, Clara Schreiber of Mansfield. Lane 4, Hannah Liang of North Attleboro. Chevront of Franklin, lane 5, and Sophia Vitorino of North Attleboro. She can really swim. She'll be in lane 6. So North Attleboro with 2 swimmers in the pool. Franklin will have one. Jenna Chevront, her best in this event is 129.37. And she's off in lane number 5. Everybody bunched. In lane 3, Mansfield's Clara Schreiber with the lead. This is 100 yards. 4 lengths of the pool. Schreiber with the big lead. Schreiber of Mansfield in lane 3. Everybody else very tight, but 3 lengths behind Schreiber. Half the race is done. Schreiber with the lead over Hannah Leong of North Attleboro. Chevront has fallen behind in lane 5 for Franklin. Schreiber with the butterfly. Hits the wall, 1 length of the pool to go for Schreiber. Her best in this was 122.03. This is heat number 2 of 5 in the 100-yard butterfly. Schreiber with the big lead. Clara Schreiber of Mansfield wins it. The time of 122.09. In second place is Maynard of Taunton. In third place is Liang of North Attleboro. In fourth place is Jenna Chevront of Franklin. In fifth place, or close to fifth or sixth, was Camilla Costa of Milford and Sophia Vittorino of North Attleboro. We move to heat 3 of 5, the girls' 100-yard butterfly. In lane 1 is Caroline Dalton of Mansfield. In lane 2, Andrea Ferlano of Canton. In lane 3, Gianna Lena Lecco of North Attleboro. Lane 4, Molly Engeland of Sharon. In lane 5, Nishka Budimova of Canton. In lane 6, Lauren McAlpine of Milford. Franklin does not have a swimmer in the pool in this heat. Everybody bunched. Very little space between any of these swimmers. It's all close, except for one swimmer in lane 1. Halfway through the 100-yard butterfly, the leader in lane 3 is Gianna Lecco of North Attleboro, just by a head. Right behind her in lane 5 is Nishka Budamanfa of Canton. Still in the lead is Lecco in lane 3 by a shoulder over Molly Engayan of Sharon. And it's going to be Lecco with the win. Lecco with the win at 119.72. And finishing second is Molly Engayan of Sharon. And very close to her best for the season was Gianna Lecco. We move to heat 4 of 5. In lane 1 will be Keegan Wright of Franklin. In lane 2, Eliana Gay of Taunton. Lane 3, Caroline Clifford of Franklin. In lane 4, Jenny Chase of Attleboro. In lane 5, Amy Murphy of Canton. In lane 6, Mackenzie Whalen of King Philip. Franklin in lane 1 with Wright, and in lane 3 with Clifford. The 100-yard butterfly. And with the lead in lane 1 is Keegan Wright. She's got a 1-length lead. Halfway through, Wright in lane 1 of Franklin with the lead. In second place now in lane 4 is Jenny Chase of Attleboro. Clifford is in lane. We do not see Clifford in the pool, so she's not in this race. So Franklin with 1 in this race. And way out in front is Keegan Wright of Franklin in lane 1. Her best time this year, 1:17.28. She's going to blow that away Right, 109.41 takes it for Franklin in lane 1. 109.41. She beats her season best by 8 seconds. Second place goes to Jenny Chase of Attleboro. So Franklin wins it. We move to heat 5 of 5 in lane 1. Megan Lathrop of Foxborough finding Huang of Sharon. In lane 3, Hope Zayev of Franklin. In lane 5, Annie McLean of Canton. In lane 4. Lane 5, Ava Gallagher of Foxborough. In lane 6, Sydney Dorval of Attleboro. So Franklin in lane 3, it's Hope Zayev. And she's in lane 3, and she's got the lead. Halfway home for Zayev for Franklin. Her best mark on the season was 57.42. Everybody else in this race was over a minute. Zayev in lane 3. Less than a length of the pool to go. She's got a big lead here in lane 3. The butterfly, Zayev, racing to the post. Zayev is going to win it with a time of 57.14. And that's better by 0.3 of a second than her season best. In second place in lane 1 is going to be Megan Lathrop of Foxborough, and in third place in lane 4 is Annie McLean of Canton. Franklin wins it, heat number 5 of 5 in the girls' 100-yard butterfly. We're going to move now to the next race, which will be the girls' 100-yard freestyle. There'll be 7 heats in this event, and Franklin will not have a racer until heat number 2. So it's going to be in lane 1, Saya Bass of Canton, Skrikruti Tumia of Foxborough, Yasmin Bugusa of Foxborough, Mariah Peoples of Canton, Laura Blake of North Attleboro, and Kaylee McMahon of Taunton. This is the 100-yard freestyle. The girls are up on the starting blocks. Franklin with not a swimmer in this heat, but there'll be 7 of these heats, the 100-yard freestyle. Four lengths of the pool. Everybody close. In lane 1, I believe, is your leader, Sia Bass of Canton. Very close, though. She's neck and neck with Laura Blake of North Attleboro. But it's Bass of Canton in lane 1 with the nice lead by half a length. She flips it in lane 1. Half the race over. And Bass of Canton with the lead by a length and a half over Blake of North Attleboro. Bass is from Canton. Now she's stretched it out to 2.5 length lead over Blake. Your leader in lane 1, Sia Bass of Canton. Her best time this season in this race, 1:38.52. She's at 1:11. Coming on strong in lane 1 is Bass. Bass charging through. Bass in lane 1 hits the wall at 1:25.14. And she wins it. In lane 3, finishing second is Sukruti Tumia. And finishing third in lane 5 is Laura Blake of North Attleboro. Tumia is from Foxborough. So the winner there was Bass of Canton, and she beat her best time by 13 seconds. What a race. Heat 2. Franklin has a swimmer in lane 2. It's Sanvi Donde. Danielle Fligor of Mansfield in lane 1. Victoria Tavares of Taunton in lane 3. Dina Powell of North Attleboro in lane 4. Rocio Isidro Garcia of Milford in lane 5, and Mae Finn of King Philip in lane 6. The Franklin swimmer is Donde in lane 2. No, she's not in the pool. She has not entered the pool, so she's a scratch from this race. The leader in lane 5 is Rocio Isidro Garcia of Milford in lane 5. 3 swimmers a length behind her. Then the final swimmer is in lane 6. But it's Rocio Isidro Garcia of Milford in lane 5 with a big lead. Her best time in this event, 129 flat. She's right now at 109. Lane 5, Isidro Garcia. She's at 117. Isidro Garcia in lane 5 is going to take it at 123.05. In second place in lane 3 was Victoria Tavares, 126.76. And in third place in lane 4 is going to be Dina Powell of North Attleboro. Tavares is from Taunton, and your winner is from Milford. We move to heat number 3 of 7. In lane 1, Gianna Dunn of Foxborough. In lane 2, Kylie Day of Attleboro. In lane 3, Caitlin Wagner of Mansfield. In lane 4, Ahili Gomez Moreno of Mansfield. In lane 5, Kate Rogers of North Attleboro. In lane 6, Autumn Stoll of Foxborough. All swimmers are in the pool. It's 100-yard freestyle. Mansfield with the lead. In lane 4, it's Gomez Moreno. 1.5 length lead. Moreno over her teammate, Caitlin Wagner, also of Mansfield. Now it's 2.5 length lead for Gomez Moreno in lane 4. Big lead here for Heli Gomez Moreno of Mansfield. Her best mark in this event this season was 1:15.65. She has a chance to beat it. Gomez Moreno in lane 4. And she hits the wall at 1:11.51. Slightly better, much better by almost 4 seconds. Second place finisher in lane 3 is Caitlin Wagner, and in third place in lane 1 is Gianna Dunn. Wagner from Mansfield, the winner was from Mansfield, and Dunn is from Foxborough. We move to heat 4 of 7, and Franklin will have a racer in this. She'll be in lane 6, Madeline Surdy. In lane 1, Shakira Tolliver of Attleboro. In lane 2, Julia Leonardo of Attleboro. In lane 3, Kristen Macook of King Philip. In lane 4, Sophia Scott of Sharon. Lane 5, Mackenzie Merrill of Oliver Ames. In lane 6, Franklin's Madeline Surdy. And the leader is in lane 3. It's Kristen Macooch of King Philip. Everybody else bunched, but she's got a big lead. Macooch. Halfway home for Macooch in lane 3 of King Philip. The Franklin swimmer is Surdy in lane 6, and she's towards the back of the pack here in this race. Macooch in lane 3. Big lead for her of 3.5 lengths. Macooch in lane 3, representing King Philip. Her best time in this was 1:10.38. She has a chance to blow that away, and Macooch hits the wall at 1:06.47. In second place, it's gonna be lane 2, Juliana Leonardo, and in third place, lane 5, Mackenzie Merrill of Oliver Ames. Leonardo is from Attleboro. The winner, Macooch, is from King Philip. We move to heat 5 of 7 in this, the 100-yard freestyle. Lane 1, Emma Bradley of Taunton. Lane 2, Abigail Lyons of King Philip. In lane 3, Sophia Rukadze of North Attleboro. Lane 4, Braylon Graham of Oliver Ames. In lane 5, Annalise Bilodeau of Mansfield. And in lane 6, Madeline Cook of Stoughton. Franklin does not have a swimmer in this heat. The leader in lane 2 is Abigail Lyons by half a length over 3 swimmers. Lyons in lane 2 from King Philip. 2 lengths of the pool to go. This is heat 5 of 7 of the girls' 100-yard freestyle. And it's Lyons of KP in lane 2 with a 3/4 length lead. Second place is Graham of Oliver Ames, but it's Lyons with less than a lap to go. Lyons' best time to date in this event, 1:06.56. Closing fast in lane 4 is Graham of Oliver Ames, and Graham is going to take it in lane 4. Finishing second was Abigail Lyons of King Philip. So Graham closed with a great spurt down the final stretch and wins it. And we move now to heat 6 of 7 in lane 1. Caitlin Bankert of Milford. Lane 2, Paige Gray of Oliver Ames. Lane 3, Sarah Wengal of Milford. Lane 4, Madeline Cleesby of King Philip. Lane 5, Abigail Fernandez of Taunton. Lane 6, Addison McDonough of Oliver Ames. Heat number 6 of 7, the girls' 100-yard freestyle. Everybody close. Slight lead in lane 4 for Gleesby of King Philip. Very slight lead now. She still has that slight lead in lane 4 as Gleesby. Next to her is Fernandez of Taunton in lane 5. Gleesby in lane 4 with the slight lead by almost half a length. Gleesby with a nice kick off the wall. In lane 4 is Gleesby of King Philip. Her best time in this race, 1:02.62. Gleesby in lane 4 is going to take it at 100.53, 1:00.53. Second place in lane 5 is Fernandez of Taunton. And in third place in lane 2 is Sarah Wengal of Oliver Ames. We move now to heat 7 of 7 in this event, and Franklin will have 2 swimmers in this race. In lane 1 is Caroline Lynch Bartek of Attleboro. Lane 2, Harikale Barali of Franklin. In lane 3, Keely Harney of Canton. Lane 4, Emma Ferreira of Franklin. Lane 5, Kat Chavez of Sharon. Lane 6, Olivia Hickey of Canton. Franklin in lanes 2 and 4. Almost halfway through. The leader in lane 3 is Harney of Canton. 3 swimmers bunched tight. Less than 2 laps to go. Again, it's Harney of Canton with the lead. Behind her is Barali of Franklin in lane 2. The final stretch here. Barali closing fast in lane 2. Barali neck and neck. Barali going fast with Harney. It's going to be I think Barali won it. Lane 2 is first place. It goes to Barali. She pulled it out. She pulled it out. A great stretch run for Harikale Barali. She takes it for Franklin. And we're going to move next to the girls' 500-yard freestyle. Let's take a look at the scoring summaries so far in after 5 events here today. Franklin with the lead with 145 points. Canton is second place with 110. Attleboro 86. King Philip 78. And King Philip 78. Foxborough 77. And then 6 through 11, Taunton with 60, Sharon with 51, Mansfield with 45, Oliver Ames with 35, Milford with 34, and North Attleboro with 24. So Franklin has a 35-point lead over its second place contender in Canton, and then another 24 points behind is Attleboro. And that's through 5 events here today. We just had the 6th event, so we're pretty much up on the scoring. And we're going to move to the girls' 500-yard freestyle. 20 lengths of the pool. This is going to be a marathon. There's going to be 5 heats. Franklin will not have a swimmer in this event until heat number 3. They'll have 1 there and then 2 in heat number 5. But the first heat will be Attleboro's Jessica Wade in lane 1, Canton's Megan Horrigan in lane 2, Attleboro's Nicole Needham in lane 4, and Elizabeth O'Connor of Milford in lane 5. So lanes 2 through 5 will be occupied, 1 and 6 will be empty. This is heat number 1 of the girls' 500-yard freestyle. 20 lengths of the pool. 10 round trips. This is going to be a long one. This race could go 7 minutes. The girls are ready to take their mark. Again, Attleboro in lane 2, Canton lane 3, Attleboro in lane 4, Milford in lane 5. They're on their marks. The pool hushes. And the starting signal. 500-yard freestyle. Jumping out to an early lead in lane 5 is Elizabeth O'Connor. 1 of 20 lengths done. O'Connor in lane 5. Now giving her a run for her money here in lane 3, and taking the lead is Megan Horrigan of Canton in lane 3. Horrigan with the lead now. Over O'Connor. Lane 3, Megan Horrigan of Canton. Her best time in this event was 7:23:35, and that's the best time of any of these 4 swimmers. They're all bunched, though, within a second or two of that time. Again, Horrigan in lane 3. Almost 4 lengths done of 20 laps, 20 lengths. Again, Horrigan in lane 3 with a half a length lead over O'Connor in lane 5. Horrigan is from Canton. O'Connor is from the host school, Milford, the Scarlet Hawk. This is finishing length number 5. We'll have some more results for you shortly. Franklin, I will tell you this, is still in the lead. So with 6 lengths done, maintaining her lead in lane 3 is Megan Horrigan. By about closing a good turn on the far side on lane 5 by O'Connor. And she has a slim lead. O'Connor of Milford in lane 5. Horrigan of Canton in lane 3. Those are your 2 top swimmers here. 7 lengths done, 13 to go. Will one of these swimmers be holding out for the final leg of this long event? These 2 swimmers are virtually tied right now as we look at them down below. A slight lead for Horrigan in lane 3. But a good bounce off the wall gives O'Connor of Milford the lead in lane 5. Coming up on the 9th leg of this 20-leg race. These are 2 tight swimmers. This should be a fantastic race. Horrigan of Canton in lane 3. O'Connor of Milford in lane 5. They are nose to nose. As they pass right in front of us, it's a slight lead for Horrigan by a shoulder. Once again, Horrigan in lane 3. by a quarter of a length over O'Connor in lane 5. This will be their 11th lap out of 20, 11th length of the pool. It's a 500-yard freestyle. If you want to imagine that, how about putting 5 football fields end to end together and swimming that for 7 or 8 minutes? Horrigan in lane 3, slight lead, maintaining that over O'Connor. Horrigan from Canton, O'Connor from Milford. 12 lengths done. Horrigan still with the lead. This is one of 5 heats in this 500-yard freestyle. "13 lengths done, 7 to go. Megan Horrigan of Canton with a slight lead still over Elizabeth O'Connor of Milford. Nobody else is close. They've lapped all the other swimmers. The turn there by Horrigan. It's a quarter of a length lead for Horrigan of Canton over Milford's Elizabeth O'Connor. Horrigan still with the lead. Length 15 done, 5 to go. Horrigan still with that same lead, about a quarter of a length over O'Connor. 4 round trips left in this marathon event. Horrigan still with the lead in lane 3. Maybe a slightly larger lead now over O'Connor in lane 5, but not by much. This is their 17th length. 3 lengths to go. This is very close for Horrigan in lane 3. O'Connor in lane 5. Horrigan by a head. After they touch the wall, back, down, and back, and that's it. The bell sounds for the final round trip. They are in a virtual tie, are Horrigan and O'Connor. Horrigan in lane 3 from Canton. O'Connor in lane 5 from Milford. And O'Connor might have a slight lead. We'll see what happens when they hit the wall. Yes, O'Connor with the lead in lane 5. She's the Milford swimmer. She's got a shoulder lead over Horrigan. O'Connor in lane 5 by a shoulder over Horrigan. O'Connor is going to take it in lane 5. O'Connor of Milford gets it with a time of 7:15:27. And for O'Connor of Milford, she blows away her best time this year of 7:34. She wins it by almost 19 seconds. And a nice race also by Megan Horrigan. But O'Connor saved a little bit for the end and took the lead at that. When she hit the wall on turn number 19, she had a little bit left in the tank to take it, and she wins it for Milford. We're going to move to heat number 2 of 5 in a moment, but let's catch you up on scoring through the 6th event today. And the leader at that point was Franklin with 214 points, Canton with 156. They're cheering for the other finishers to finish their race. Attleboro with 122, King Philip with 109, Foxborough with 108. So we're going to now move to the next heat, heat number 2 of 5, the 500-yard freestyle. Franklin does not have a swimmer in the pool in this race. It's going to be Courtney Croak of Mansfield in lane 1. Jill Callistra of North Attleboro in lane 2. Emma Bates of Sharon in lane 3. Bridget Howland of Milford in lane 4. Maggie Branson Lynch of Attleboro in lane 5. And Tessa Scrimgore of Milford in lane 6. Franklin with not a swimmer in the pool. They will have one in the next heat. And then not in heat 4, but 2 in heat number 5. This is the longest event of the day. It's 5 different heats, and they each are going to go about 6 to 7 to 8 minutes. So you do the math, you're looking at more than a half an hour just for this event, the 500-yard freestyle. Your leader in lane 6 in this race is Tessa Scrimgore of Milford. So Milford, when we last checked on the day, was in 10th place. But they have the lead in this heat. It's Tessa Scrimgore of Milford in lane 6. We see Attleboro's Maggie Branson Lynch is a scratch for this race, so lane 5 is empty. But it's Scrimgore with the lead for Milford. Almost 5 out of the 20 lengths done. And now Scrimgore will hit the wall in lane number 6. Scrimgore has a 2-length lead over Bridget Howland of Milford, her teammate, in lane 4. So right now Milford tracking 1 and 2 in this heat. Scrimgore on the wall on the far side. Now her lead is 1 length over her teammate, Bridget Howland. Now less than a length lead for Scrimgore. Again, it's 20 lengths of the pool. This is length number 7, about to be completed, and Scrimgore is the first to do so in lane 6. Howland, her Milford teammate, in lane 4. Everybody else quite a ways behind. Scrimgore, a slight lead in lane 6. Franklin will have a swimmer in the next heat. It'll be Jenna Chevront. And right now, taking the lead in lane 4 is Bridget Howland over Scrimgore, the 2 Milford swimmers in the pool. Howland with the flip. She's got a 1/4 length lead over her teammate, Tessa Scrimgore. In lane 1 is Courtney Croak of Mansfield. In lane 2, Jill Callistra of North Attleboro. Emma Bates of Sharon in lane 3. And nobody is in lane 5. Now it's a little bigger lead for Howland in lane 4. 1.5 length lead over her teammate, Tessa Scrimgore. Coming up on the 11th lap, so we're more than halfway through this one. Heat number 2 of 5. Howland in lane 4 with a 2.5 length lead over her teammate, Tessa Scrimgore. All the action fans on Franklin TV, and we're streaming worldwide on the internet. Pete Royce high above the pool here in Milford. Flip there for Howland. Opened up a 3.5 length lead over her teammate Scrimgore. Coming up on 13 lengths done for both Scrimgore and the leader, Bridget Howland. And Howland now with a big lead over Scrimgore. It's almost half the length of the pool. Howland's best time in this event was 7:10 flat, and Scrimgore's best time was 7:19.89. And right now that's playing out that way with Howland with the big lead. 14 of 20 lengths done. Howland with a half a pool length lead over her teammate Tessa Scrimgore, both from Milford. 15 done for Bridget Howland. She's running away with it now. More than a half a length lead over Scrimgeour. Half a pool length lead. 2 round trips left for Bridget Howland of Milford in lane 4. Her time right now, 5:42. Her best time, 7:10 flat. Length number 17, done for Bridget Howland. Coming up on 6 minutes gone into the event. Again, her best time this year was 7:10 flat. She's got just over 2 lengths of the pool to go. The 500-yard freestyle. Howland, less than 2 lengths left. In lane 4 for Milford. Next up in lane 6 is Tessa Scrimgeour. Howland with length 19 in the books. They have a red marker for her, meaning it's her last length. They had numbers up until then, and then they put the red poster in the water. And now it's Howland trying to beat her best time of 7:10. She's going to do it. Bridget Howland of Milford hits the wall at 6:54.69. 6:54.69. She beats her best by some 15 seconds. And finishing second will be Tessa Scrimgeour. Her best time to date, 7:19.89. And she's going to come in here at 7:12.56. So she has a season best for second place. And the rest of the swimmers are pretty far behind here. And it looks like they may have ended the race here. So we just have those 2 place finishers, first and second. We move to heat 3 of 5. And Franklin has a swimmer in lane 5. It's Jenna Chevrant. In lane 1, Rachel Maynard of Taunton. In lane 2, Mila Davoff of Taunton. In lane 3, Amy Murphy of Canton. In lane 4, Abigail Rodriguez of Attleboro. We mentioned Chevrant of Franklin in lane 5. In lane 6, Samantha Conley of Foxborough. So the Franklin swimmer is Chevrant in lane 5, and she's behind at the moment. The leader in lane 4 is Abigail Rodriguez of Attleboro. Chevrant is actually last at the moment. No, she's not. There's one other swimmer behind her. And that's in lane 1, Rachel Maynard. A nice lead here in lane 4 for Abigail Rodriguez as she hits the 3rd length. This is heat 3 of 5. We'll have 2 more of these heats. Franklin will not have another racer in until heat 5. Well, they'll have 2 in the pool, Ashley DeRoche and Sydney Bourgeois. So your leader in lane 4 is Abigail Rodriguez of Attleboro. Her best time in this event was 6:41.57. That's pretty good speed. To give you some comparison, Howland just took the previous heat at 6:54.69. So 5 lengths done for Abigail Rodriguez. It's not Rodriguez, it's Rodriguez. In lane 4. She represents Attleboro. Hope you're enjoying our coverage here of the Hockomock League Championships. Franklin overall is your leader in team score. This is Rodriguez in lane 4 for Attleboro. Just finished her 7th length, 13 to go. She has a big lead. Also in the pool in lane 1, Rachel Maynard, Taunton. Lane 2, Mila Davoff of Taunton. Lane 3, Abby Murphy of Canton. In lane 5, Jenna Chevrant of Franklin. In lane 6, Samantha Conley of Foxborough. The story of this one right now is Abigail Rodericks of Attleboro. And she's about to finish her 9th length. Also in second place now in lane 3 is Amy Murphy of Canton. And in lane 2 in third place is Mila Davoff of Taunton. And in fourth place right now is Jenna Chevrant of Franklin. We're almost halfway through this heat. 3 of 5. This is the major portion of the swim meet. These long freestyle, 500 yards. And finishing her 11th length is Abigail Rodericks of Attleboro in lane number 4. Next up in lane 2 is Mila Davoff of Taunton, and in lane 3, Abby Murphy of Canton. But the story is Abigail Rodericks. For Attleboro. Attleboro, when we looked at the standings overall team score, they're in third place, so they can enhance that. Franklin with a pretty big lead of 214 over 156 through the 6th event. We're in the 7th event now. And again, with a big lead is Abigail Rodericks. She has a half a length lead over Davoff in lane 2 of Taunton, and half a pool length lead, and Murphy of Canton in lane 3. So Rodericks hits the wall on her 15th length, 5 lengths to go for Abigail Rodericks. Her time right now is just under 5 minutes. Her best time this year was 6:41.57. Over a halfway pool length lead over Davoff and Murphy. Lane 2 from Taunton, lane 3 from Canton. Rodericks swimming for Attleboro. About to hit the wall on length number 17. The 500-yard freestyle. After this will be the 200-yard freestyle relay. That should be quite a race. There'll be 2 heats. Franklin will not be in the first heat. And they will definitely be in the second heat. So this is the bell is sounding. 2 lengths to go for Abigail Rodericks of Attleboro in lane 4. Big lead. Chevrant, quite for Franklin, quite a ways behind in lane 5. Rodericks. Can she beat her best, which is 6:41.47? She's at 6:14. Rodericks swimming strong in lane number 4. She's going to blow away her season best. And Abigail Rodericks hits the wall at 6:29.56. Some 11 seconds, 12 seconds better than her season best. 6:29.56. Her best to date was 6:41.57. And now, third place was lane 3, and second place was Davoff of Taunton in lane 2. And in fifth place was Jenna Chevrant of Franklin in lane 5. We move now to heat number 4 of 5 in the 500-yard freestyle. Franklin will not have a racer in the pool. In lane 1 will be Gianna Lecco of North Attleboro. Lane 2, Tima Mazonson of Canton. In lane 3, Rachel Rayler of King Philip. In lane 4, Atina Lee of Canton. In lane 5, Megan Viveros of Taunton. And in lane 6, Emily Campbell. You may have heard the starter pause the starting because somebody was talking, and they like complete silence for the horn to get these swimmers underway. This is the 500-yard freestyle, 20 lengths of the pool. North Attleboro in lane 1, Canton in lane 2, King Philip in lane 3, Canton in lane 4, Taunton in lane 5, and King Philip in lane 6. 2 Canton swimmers in the pool, 2 KP swimmers in the pool, plus 1 from North Attleboro and 1 from Taunton. The leader here in lane number 3 is Rachel Baylor of King Philip. 3 lengths done, 17 to go. Second place in lane 2 is Tima Mazanson. But it's Baylor. Slight lead over Mazanson. Baylor from King Philip in lane number 3. Mazanson from Canton in lane number 2. And right behind her in lane number 4 is Canton's Atina Lee. 5 lengths done, 15 to go. There'll be one more heat, and Franklin will have 2 swimmers in the pool. The next heat will be Ashley DeRoche and Sydney Bourgeois. Baylor hits the wall. 2-length lead over Atina Lee of Canton. Falling a little bit further behind in lane 2 is Tima Mazanson. So Baylor hits the wall at lane 7, length 7, 13 lengths to go. Baylor's best this season was a sparkling 6:01.58. Second place Lee, her best 6:09.77. So Baylor in lane 3 continues to lead, going for her 9th lap length complete. And she hits that at 2:36. We'll give you her split. When she hits the next wall, it'll be midway through, and we'll see how she's tracking to her season best of 6:01.58. And here she comes. Baylor hits the wall at 2:53. She's on pace to shatter her best mark of the season, which was almost 6 minutes and 2 seconds. I say shatter. Well, perhaps there's leeway, maybe 4 or 5 seconds, but all of these seconds are so precious to these swimmers as they try to beat their best on the season and in their career. And this is Baylor swimming freely in lane 3. This is going to be her 13th length complete for Baylor from King Philip in lane 3. Taps the wall, flips, and here she comes. 6.5 lengths to finish for Rachel Baylor with the big lead. The other swimmers in the pool, lane 1, Gianna Lecco of North Attleboro. In lane 2, Tima Mazanson of Canton. In lane 4, Atina Lee of Canton. In lane 5, Megan Viveros of Taunton. And in lane 6, Emily Campbell of King Philip. This is heat number 4 of 5, the girls' 500-yard freestyle. And Baylor just hits the wall on 15. Good crowd still on hand here in the Milford pool. Pleasant 72 degrees or so inside. Not so much outside. As going down for length 17 is Rachel Baylor. Baylor, well, it's up to 6 degrees outside here in Milford. A nice comfortable 72 in the pool. Baylor gets the bell. 2 lengths to go for Rachel Baylor of King Philip. King Philip in 4th place overall in the team standings. This will help them. Baylor with the final length to go. She got the red card. 1 length to go for Rachel Baylor of King Philip, trying to beat 6:01.58. I think she's going to do it. Baylor in lane 3 at 5:52. She's going to break her own mark this season. 5:54.22. She beats it by some 7 seconds. Just under 7 seconds. Waiting for the second place finisher here. And it's going to be in lane 4. Finishing second is going to be Atina Lee of Canton. And finishing third in lane 5 is going to be Megan Viveros of Taunton. So Rayler takes it of King Philip. Atina Lee of Canton finishes second, and Megan Viveros of Taunton finishes third. Well, race fans, we have heat number 5 of 5 coming up, and Franklin will have 2 swimmers in the pool. Now they're going to reset. Franklin with 2 swimmers in the pool, Ashley DeRoche in lane 2 and Sydney Bourgeois in lane 5. All the swimmers even out of the starting blocks. In lane 1 is Avital Gertz of Sharon, Ashley DeRoche of Franklin in lane 2, Addison McDonald of Mansfield in lane 3, Abby Gallagher of Foxborough in lane 4, Sydney Bourgeois of Franklin in lane 5, and Molly Lockwood of Foxborough in lane 6. The leader here in the first 2 lengths is Addison McDonald of Mansfield. She's got a 1.5 length lead over Ashley DeRoche of Franklin in lane 2. McDonald swimming fast in lane 3, opened up a pretty big lead of 3 lengths now on DeRoche of Franklin. This is McDonald of Mansfield. DeRoche of Franklin in second place. All the other girls are bunched 4 lengths behind your leader, Addison McDonald of Mansfield. Her best in this event was a great score of 5:21.35. Nobody else is anywhere near that. Gallagher of Foxborough at 5:37 for her season best in this race. Next up, Ashley DeRoche of Franklin, 5:41.14. And then Sydney Bourgeois of Franklin, 5:41.37. Then Avital Gertz of Sharon, 5:54.78. And finally, Molly Lockwood of Foxborough, 6 minutes and 0.75 seconds. So 7 lengths done. And your leader in lane 3 is Addison McDonald of Mansfield. After this event, we go to the 200-yard freestyle relay. And that'll be a fast 2+ minutes of racing, as opposed to this more of the marathon style here, which has been going about 6 to 7 minutes. So 9 lengths done for your leader, Addison McDonald of Mansfield. She has more than a half a length lead over Abby Gallagher of Foxborough. The Franklin swimmers are in lane 2, DeRoche, and in lane 5, Bourgeois. Bourgeois is in third place at the moment. In second place is Abby Gallagher of Foxborough. But here's your leader coming through, Addison McDonald of Mansfield. "12 lengths done." Good time here. McDonald on pace for a nice time. Again, her best this season in this race was 5:21.35. Again, Franklin with the overall lead through event 11, which was the 6th event of the day. 214 points to Canton's 156, Attleboro 122, King Philip 109, Foxborough 108. The story of this heat has been Addison McDonald of Mansfield. About to complete length number 15. 5 lengths to go for McDonald. Bourgeois has moved into second place in lane 5 for Franklin. In third place in lane 4 is Abby Gallagher, close behind Bourgeois of Foxborough. 4 lengths to go for Addison McDonald. This is the 5th of 5 heats in this 500-yard freestyle. 17 lengths done for Addison McDonald. Again, Bourgeois in second place in lane 5, just by a fraction over Gallagher, Foxborough. There's the bell. 2 lengths to go for Addison McDonald. Her best time to beat is 5:21.35. She's at 4:56. Don't know if she can make it. It's going to be tight. McDonald in lane 3. 1 length to go. She's at 5:07. McDonald carrying the colors of Mansfield High School in lane 3 at 5:17. It's going to be close. McDonald is going to hit the wall at 5:21.67, and she misses it by less than a third of a second. Her season best. This is Bourgeois for second place in lane 5, and she hits the wall at 5:33.91. Second place for Bourgeois. In third place in lane 5, in lane 2 is Ashley DeRoche of Franklin. So Franklin, 2 top 3 finishers, but the race was won by Addison McDonald. Very, very close. And Bourgeois' time, 5:33.9. That beats her best by 8 seconds on the season. So good showing there. Franklin finishes second and third behind a great race run by Addison McDonald of Mansfield. We're going to move now to the girls' 200-yard freestyle relay. And Franklin will not have a team in the pool for the first heat. There'll be 2 heats of this race. And in the first heat, we're going to have in lane 1 Foxborough, in lane 2 North Attleboro, in lane 3 Mansfield, in lane 4 King Philip, and in lane 5 Sharon. Still quite a few events to go here, the Hockomock Championships. So glad you're with us, fans, on Franklin TV, and we're streaming worldwide on the internet on YouTube. Pete Royce with the call. Our producer today is Chris Flynn, who is a camera operator, along with Meredith Robertson and Melissa Marchese. We thank them for their excellent coverage of this event here from Milford. It looks like there's going to be a pause in the action. There's some awards being given, so we're going to take a break. You're watching exciting Hockomock Girls Swim Championships from Milford. We'll be back in just a few moments. All right, that was quicker than I thought. This should be exciting. The girls' 100-yard freestyle. Oh, I'm sorry. No, it's the girls' 200-yard freestyle relay. Freestyle relay, 200 yards. Swimmers for Foxborough, Gianna Dunn. For Attleboro, Cassie Hobson. From Mansfield, Aheli Gomez Moreno. For King Philip, Abigail Lyons. And for Sharon, Hannah Spears. Second swimmers are now in. For Foxborough in lane 1, Lydia Stone. For North Attleboro in lane 2, in lane 1 is Autumn Stoll. For Foxborough in lane 2, Megan Atwood. For North Attleboro in lane 3, Clara Schreiber of Mansfield in lane 4, Mackenzie Wayland of King Philip in lane 5, Molly Agayan of Sharon. The next swimmers are in. For Foxborough in lane 1, Lydia Stone. For North Attleboro in lane 2, Mallory Burns. For Mansfield in lane 3, Courtney Croak. For King Philip in lane 4, Kristen McCooch. And for Sharon in lane 5, Sophia Scott. The leader in lane 5, right at the moment, is Sharon. Very close, though, in lane 2. Right behind is North Attleboro. The fourth swimmer is in. For Foxborough in lane number 1, it's Samantha Conley. For North Attleboro in lane 2, it's Sophia Rukhadzi. For Mansfield in lane 4, it's Caitlin Wagner. For KP in lane 4, it's Emily in lane 4, Emily Campbell. Wagner is in lane 3. And for Sharon in lane number 5, it's Emma Bates. It looks like in lane 2, it's going to be North Attleboro. They're going to take it. North Attleboro wins it. And in lane 4, in second place is KP. And in lane 5, it's Sharon taking third place. Race was about 2 minutes and maybe a second or two. So there's your winner. We're going to move on to heat number 2. And the girls 200-yard freestyle relay. And Franklin will have a team in the pool. They'll be in lane 2. In lane 1 will be Taunton. In lane 2 will be Franklin. They will send out Keegan Wright. She'll be first. Next up will be Ashley DeRoche. Third up, Christine Tang. Fourth up, Sydney Bourgeois. And then Clinton will have a team in lane 3, Attleboro in lane 4, Milford in lane 5, and Oliver Ames in lane number 6. This is the 200-yard freestyle relay. This is the 8th event of the day for these girls in the Hockomock Championship. The girls take their spots on the starting blocks. And they're off. Franklin is in lane 2. Lane 3 with a good early start. That's Canton. And now Canton still with the lead by half a length. For Canton, it's Annie McLean. For Franklin, it's Keegan Wright. For Taunton in lane 1, Abigail Fernandez. For Attleboro in lane 4, Caroline Lynch Bartok. For Milford in lane 5, Caitlin Bankert. And for Oliver Ames in lane 6, Paige Gray. The second swimmer is in. And Canton with the big lead here. Keely Harney, I should say, in lane 3. She has a 3.5 length lead over Attleboro in lane 4. This is Carney, about to be subbed in, flying off the board is Olivia Hickey. Franklin is in lane 2. And they're in second place at the moment in this race. The leader is Canton in lane 3. Swimming for Franklin now is Christine Tang. The last racer is about to go in on the relay. For Canton, it's Shauna Harney. For Franklin, it's going to be Sydney Bourgeois. Bourgeois in lane 2, but the leader in lane 3 is Shauna Harney. Harney is going to take it in lane 3. She's flying up. Harney is going to hit the wall at 146.71. Second place goes to Attleboro. And third place goes to Franklin. So Franklin gets third with a time of 1:50.50. And that's 3 seconds off their best of the year. But Franklin does score with third place. We're going to move next to the girls' 100-yard backstroke. Let's take a look at the overall team standings through 7 events today. Franklin on top with 247 points. Canton is next with 174. Third place is Foxborough with 137. Fourth place is Attleboro with 129. Then King Philip is in fifth place with 127. From 6 through 11, Sharon with 98, Taunton with 94, Mansfield with 72, Oliver Ames with 52, Milford with 44, and North Attleboro with 36. So, taking a look at times in the 500-yard freestyle, the leading swimmer was Mansfield's Addison McDonald, and she finished with 5:21.67. But the second best finisher in that race was Sydney Bourgeois with a time of 5:33.91. This is combining all of the heats together to kind of rank everybody 1 through 26. And Bourgeois finished second out of all of those racers. And Ashley DeRoche, her teammate from Franklin, finished third. DeRoche's time was 5:42.36. So Franklin maintaining its lead, 247 over Canton, 174. The next race is going to be the girls' 100-yard backstroke, and there will be 8 heats in this race. Franklin will not have a swimmer in the pool until heat number 4, and that'll be Tegan Danahy. And then they will not have one in heat number 5. They will have a racer in heat number 6, will be Keegan Wright. Nothing in 7, and in 8 will be Harakalai Barali for Franklin in heat number 8. So this is the 9th event of the day. It's the girls' 100-yard backstroke. And the girls will be getting ready to start this race in just a few minutes. In lane 2 will be Catherine Shine of Oliver Ames. In lane 3 will be Mirabella Nussey of North Attleboro. And in lane 4 will be Tori Grieve of North Attleboro. So the swimmers, this is the backstroke. They will start this race in the pool, of course. So they jump in. And it'll be lanes 2, 3, and 4 occupied. Heat number 1 of 8 for the girls' 100-yard backstroke. We're underway. This is 4 lengths of the pool. And there's a scratch. Lane 3, North Attleboro will not have a swimmer in the race. So it's just Oliver Ames, Catherine Shrine in lane 2, and Tori Grieve of North Attleboro in lane 4. The rest of the pool is empty. And with the lead in lane 4 is Grieve of North Attleboro by 3 lengths over Catherine Shine of Oliver Ames. Grieve's best time in this event was a flat 2 minutes, and Shine's best time was 2:10.15. And right now, midway through, it's at 50 seconds. Having some struggling there, though, was Grieve. She got stuck there on the turn and lost some space to Catherine Shine. Still, though, it's a 3.5 length lead for Grieve over Shine. Heat number 1 of 8, the girls' 100-yard backstroke. We're at the Hockomock Championships from Milford. Pete Royce with the call, high above the pool here in Milford. Grieve coming down for her final length. Her time to beat is 2 minutes flat. She's at 1:30. The backstroke, very difficult stroke. Grieve now at 1:40. She's going to beat her season's best. Tori Grieve of North Attleboro at 1:48. and Grieve hits the wall at 151.25. So she beats her season best by almost 9 seconds. And finishing up now here in lane 2 is Catherine Shine, and she finishes at 2:05, 2:06, 2:07 even. So a nice race for Tori Grieve of North Attleboro. We move to heat 2 of 8, and it'll be in lane 2, Dana Ferreira of Taunton. In lane 3, Minu Donavalley of Sharon. In lane 3, Morgan McAloon of Taunton. Lane 4, Lena DeSangro of Mansfield. So they jump in the pool to start, of course. This is the 100-yard backstroke. Taunton, Sharon, Taunton, and Mansfield. Franklin does not have a swimmer in the pool. We're underway. Jumping out to the lead in lane 3 is Minu Donavalley of Sharon. Nice lead of about a length for Donavalley. And she flips on the backstroke. We've seen people flip on this event. We've seen people just hit the bar and bounce off, hit the wall and bounce off of it. Everybody bunched here. Almost midway through this one. Heat number 2 of 8. And looks like the leader now is Lena DeSangro of Mansfield. Yes, she has but a nice kick off the wall by Morgan McAloon of Taunton. She's head to head with DeSangro. 4 and 5 are your 2 co-leaders. In lane 4, Morgan McAloon of Taunton. In lane 5, Lana DeSangro of Mansfield. Less than a length to go. This is going to be a photo finish. A slight lead in lane 4 from McAloon by a shoulder over DeSangro. McAloon's best in this event was 142.86. She's at 127.5. McAloon in lane 4 is going to take it at 133.65. Second place goes to lane 5, and that is Donavalley. I'm sorry, that's DeSangro at 135. And your winner in lane 4 is Minu Donavalley at 133.65. She breaks her season best by almost over 6 seconds. We move now to the heat number 3, and Franklin will not have a swimmer in the pool. In lane 1 will be Kaylee Flynn of Oliver Ames. In lane 2, Reagan McAvoy of Taunton. In lane 3, Emily Dodlin of Milford. In lane 4, Skylar Markowski of Mansfield. In lane 5, Autumn Stoll of Foxborough. And in lane 6, Sarah Horner of Stoughton. Swimmers in 3 and 4 are neck and neck. That's Dodlin and Markowski. Dodlin from Milford, Markowski from Mansfield. They're in a virtual tie here. 1 length down of the 4. The backstroke, 100-yard backstroke. Slight edge here for Dodlin. Dodlin in lane 3 versus Markowski in lane 4. Dodlin is from the home team, Milford. She's got a slight lead in lane 3. Emily Dodlin. Half a length lead over Markowski. The rest of the swimmers 4 or 5 lengths behind. Dodlin by half a length over Markowski. Dodlin from Milford in lane 3. Dodlin a length and a half lead, and Dodlin hits the wall at 123.86. In second place, 127.49 for Markowski. Dodlin's time beats her best by almost over 7 seconds. So Milford wins it. Heat number 3 of 8. Heat number 4 of 8 will have a Franklin swimmer in the pool, be Tegan Danahy. She'll be in lane 3. Lane 1 will be Elise Murphy of Canton. Courtney Croak of Mansfield will be in lane 2. Angela Chiregio of Oliver Ames will be in lane 4. Molly Angian of Sharon will be in lane 5, and Julia Luster of Milford will be in lane 6. So the swimmers will drop into the pool here in a minute. This is heat number 4 of 8, the 9th event of the day here in Milford. So Franklin has Tegan Danahy in lane number 3. So they're waiting to organize this event. They haven't been told to jump in the pool yet. This is heat 4 of 8, the 100-yard backstroke. Again, the overall team score, the last score we had after event number 7 was Franklin on top, 247 to Canton's 174. And the third place belongs to Foxborough with 137. Fourth place, Attleboro 129. King Philip at 5th at 127. And now they get the whistle to jump into the pool. And there they go. Canton in lane 1, Mansfield in lane 2, Franklin in lane 3. That's Tegan Danahy, OA in lane 4, Sharon lane 5, Milford in lane 6. And they're underway. Danahy for Franklin in lane 3. And she's got a slight lead out of the starting blocks. The backstroke, 100 yards, 4 lengths of the pool. Danahy by a head over Angela Chiregio of Oliver Ames. Danahy still with a head lead over Chireglio. Danahy in lane 3, almost midway through this race. We'll have some more score updates to give you in a moment. Danahy hits the wall. 2 lengths of the pool to go for Tegan Danahy of Franklin in lane 3. She's got a half a length lead over Angela Chiregio of Oliver Ames. Now it's a full length for Tegan Danahy in lane 3. Danahy hits the wall, 1 length to go for Danahy. Can she give Franklin another victory? This is heat number 4 of 8. The girls' 100-yard backstroke. She's opened up a big lead. Danahy in lane 3. Her best in this season has been 1:24.22. Can she break it? Danahy in lane 3. She's going to hit the wall at 1:18.44. Tegan Danahy wins it. Second place goes to Courtney Croak of Mansfield. And in third place goes to Molly Angian of Sharon. Tegan Danahy, 1:18.44. The next heat, heat number 5 of 8. In lane 1 will be Megan Atwood of North Attleboro. Lane 2, Hannah Spears of Sharon. Lane 3, Caroline Dalton of Mansfield. Lane 4, Emily Campbell of King Philip. Lane 5, Kenise Betts of Oliver Ames. Lane 6, Eliza Flynn of Attleboro. They're in the pool now for heat number 5 of 8. Franklin does not have a swimmer in this pool. We'll give you team updates in just a moment after the 8th event. And they're in the pool. The best finish for this group in the pool right now on this season is in lane 3's Caroline Dalton. She did this race in 1:17.31. She races from Mansfield, and she's in lane number 3. But the leader is in lane 4. It's King Philip's Emily Campbell. Campbell's best time this year was 1:18.65, almost a second longer than Dalton's race score. And in lane 4, Campbell with the lead. 2 lengths to go. Campbell from King Philip. 2 swimmers bunched on either side of her. In lane 2, it's Spears of Sharon, and in lane 5, it's Betts of Oliver Ames. Your leader in lane 4 is Emily Campbell of King Philip. She's got a 2.5 length lead over Spears and Betts, or rather Dalton. And here comes the finish in lane 4. Hitting the wall at 1:16.45 is Emily Campbell. Second place goes to Caroline Dalton of Mansfield. And third place goes to Kenise Betts of Oliver Ames. A good race for Emily Campbell. We move to heat 6 of 8 in the 100-yard backstroke. And Franklin will have 2 swimmers in the pool. In lane 1 will be Julianne Gilchrist of Canton. Lane 2, Jenny Chase of Attleboro. Lane 3, Keegan Wright of Franklin. Lane 4, Madeline Stokai of Milford. Lane 5, Faith Ellen of Franklin. Lane 6, Dara Bertuman of Foxborough. The girls jump in the pool. Heat number 6 of 8 in the 100-yard backstroke. There'll be 2 more heats to follow. Franklin will have a racer in the last heat of this event. And they're underway. Franklin in lane 3 and in lane 5. It's Wright in lane 3, Ellen in lane 5 for the Panthers. And right now, it's Wright with the lead in lane 3. Ellen in second place in lane 5. Wright opens up a 2-length lead over Ellen. This is Keegan Wright swimming fast in the backstroke. 2.5-length lead now over Ellen of Franklin. Wright hits the wall, 2 lengths to go for Keegan Wright of Franklin. In second place is Faith Ellen of Franklin in lane 5. This is Keegan Wright. Her best time this year in this race was 1:15.23. She's at 54 seconds. Keegan Wright in lane 3. Wright, half a pool length to go, trying to beat her best. Keegan Wright in lane 3 is going to hit the wall at 1:08.92. Second place is going to go to lane 1, Julianne Gilchrist, and third place goes to Jenny Chase. So Franklin wins it, and Faith Ellen finished behind the third racer, I believe 4th or 5th, possibly 6th, I'm not sure exactly. But Keegan Wright of Franklin wins the race. We're going to heat number 7 of 8, and Franklin will not have a racer in this race. Cassie Hobson of North Attleboro in lane 1, Natalia Kotnish of Attleboro in lane 2, Lauren Klein of King Philip in lane 3, Atina Lee of Canton in lane 4, Molly Lockwood of Foxborough in lane 5, and Samantha De Silva of Milford in lane 6. The leader here in lane 4 is Atina Lee of Canton. 1 length done, 3 to go in this 100-yard backstroke. Heat number 7 of 8. Atina Lee with a 2-length lead. 2 lengths to go for Lee of Canton. Her best this season in this race was 1:10.19. In second place in lane 3 is Lauren Klein of King Philip. Lee in lane 4, 1 length to go for the Canton swimmer in lane 4. Her time to beat was 1:10.19 earlier this season. Lee at a minute now in. Atina Lee in lane 4. She's in at 1:07.88. Second place goes to lane 5, Molly Lockwood of Foxborough at 1:11.60. And third place goes to Natalia Kotnish of Attleboro at 1:13.75. We move to heat number 8 of 8 in this 100-yard freestyle backstroke. And Franklin will have 1 swimmer in the pool, be Harakalai Barali in lane 2. Danielle Vernat of Stoughton will be in lane 1. Zuri Ferguson of Attleboro in lane 3. Shauna Harney, she's a good one, in lane 4. Tiffany Yee of Taunton in lane 5. And Madeline Gleesby of King Philip in lane 6. So it's Barali in lane 2. And she's in second place right now. In lane 3 is your leader, Zuri Ferguson of Attleboro. Ferguson with 2 lengths over Barali. Ferguson representing Attleboro in lane 3. Barali in second place in lane 2. Ferguson hits the wall, 2 lengths to go. and it's a nice 3-length lead for Ferguson. Barali is in second place by a nose over Harney of Canton. Ferguson in lane 3 with a big lead. Her best on the season was 58.90. 58.98, and Ferguson is going to blow that away. Ferguson hits the wall at 55.60. In second place is going to be Barali at 1 minute and 56 seconds. And for Barali, that beats her best time this year by almost 3 seconds. 1/100th of a second off, 3 seconds better than her best race of the year in this event, the 100-yard backstroke. We move to the 10th event of the day, the 100-yard breaststroke. And we'll have 7 heats in this. Franklin will not have a swimmer in this event until heat number 4 of 7. And let's see if they have any other swimmers in this event. They do. They'll have 3 swimmers in heat number 7 of 7. So this will be the girls' 100-yard breaststroke. We have some more scoring summaries to give you. Through the 8th event today, Franklin with a lead of 281 points. Canton next with 174. Attleboro at 169. Foxborough at 159. And King Philip at 145. Taunton at 126. And then it's Sharon 198. Mansfield 96. Oliver Ames 78. Milford 72. And North Attleboro 66. Remember, the boys raced last night, and the winning team was Sharon with 376 points, Attleboro with 357, Milford with 249, Canton with 246.56, and Franklin with 187. Coach Jessica Pridham told me before the meet here today she was very, very happy with Franklin boys. They had 13 swimmers in the pool last night, and they scored 187 points. The girls here today have 17 swimmers in the pool. And we're about to go to the 10th event of the day, and that's going to be the 100-yard breaststroke. And after that will be the 400-yard freestyle relay. That should be something. That ends the event here from the Milford High pool. So some ceremonies there on the pool side. Looks like people are milling about and taking a break. Usually we have a little bit of an award ceremony or a medal ceremony between some of these events, and right now that doesn't look to be the case, but yes, it is, as the teams have put on medals, as you can see them down there, have put on medals for some of their performances here today. So we're going to move to the 100-yard breaststroke. There'll be 7 heats, but this will go fast. The first heat will be around 2 minutes. Then when you go to heat 7, the scores go all the way down to about 1 minute and 10. It's just interesting how the best racers are in the latter parts of the heat. And so you'll have some of the good swimmers swimming in heat number 7, for example. And to that point, Franklin will have 3 swimmers in that event. It'll be Madison Lawler, Christine Tang, and Hope Gyayath. Xigyayath, I should say. And so, but right now we have a brief pause here. So we're going to just pause for a moment. You're watching exciting Hockomock Championships from Milford on Franklin TV. Pete Royce reporting. We'll be back with more action from Milford in just a few moments. Okay, we're back as we have two swimmers in the pool. This is the 100-yard breaststroke. And in lane number 3 is going to be Dara Ferreira of Taunton. In lane 4, Lydia Stone of Foxborough. There's a scratch. The Attleboro swimmer is not in the pool in lane 2. So just two swimmers. This is 100 yards, 4 lengths of the pool. The 100-yard breaststroke. This will be one of 7 heats. This is the second to the last event of the day. The Hockomock League Championships here from Milford. And the leader right now, almost midway through this first heat, is Dara Pereira of Taunton in lane 3, but it's very close. And now swimming past her is Lydia Stone in lane 4. 2 lengths of the pool to go, the breaststroke. Stone of Foxborough in lane 4, slight lead over Dana Pereira of Taunton in lane 3. Now it's a 1-length lead for Stone. Her best time in this was 1:56.03 this year. Pereira's best time was 1:53, so she was slightly better, but right now it looks like Stone is in the driver's seat on this one. Stone with a 4-length lead over Pereira. The breaststroke. Lydia Stone in lane 4 for Foxborough. Dara Pereira for Taunton in lane 3. And Stone is going to take this first heat. She's going to clock in at a time of 1:52.61. 1:52.61. And Pereira will finish at 1:57.39. For Stone, she beats her season best by almost 4 seconds, and she takes first place. We'll move to heat number 2 of 7. In lane 1 will be Sonia Lee of Canton. Lane 2, Salama Tolliver of Attleboro. Lane 3, Olivia Poliseno of Oliver Ames. And lane 4, Veronica Lykoff of Canton. And right now in lane 5, it's Lykoff with the early lead. 5 is in first place, 4 is in second place, 3rd is in third place, and 2 is in fourth place. But on a good turn, Poliseno has closed the gap, and she's bobbing maybe a head ahead of, Poliseno ahead of Tolliver. Now in lane 4, it's Poliseno ahead of Lykoff in lane 5. 2 lengths to go. In lane 4, your leader is Olivia Poliseno of Oliver Ames. Her best time in this event was 1:45.25. She's at 1 minute. The breaststroke, heat number 2 of 7. Poliseno in lane 4 for Oliver Ames. Makes the final turn home. He's got a 2.5 length lead over Lykoff of Canton. Poliseno for Oliver Ames. And now in second place is going to be Tolliver of Attleboro. But Poliseno is going to take it, the time of 1:39.37. In second place is going to go to Salima Tolliver. And in third place is going to go to Veronica Lykoff. And the fourth finisher now, finishing up in lane 2, is going to be Sonia Lee. So there you have it. Good race. And Poliseno beats her season best by some 5+ seconds. We'll move to heat number 3. And Franklin will not have a swimmer in the pool here. In lane 1 is Lotta Strand of Milford. Lane 2, Bridget Feeney of Canton. Lane 3, Alex Kaiser of Foxborough. Lane 4, Strikrudi Tumia of Foxborough. Lane 5, Valdul Bison of Mansfield. Lane 6, Trinity Wilson of Taunton. And the leader now in lane number 2. Sorry, lane number 3, I believe, is your leader. And that's Alex Kaiser of Foxborough in lane number 3. This is Kaiser in lane number 3. Her best in this race this season was 1:43.12. She's at the midway point right now at 47 seconds. So it's Kaiser in lane 3. Next up in lane 1 is Lotta Strand of Milford. Kaiser swimming for Foxborough in lane 3. A slight lead over Strand in lane 1. Strand for Milford. Kaiser for Foxborough in lane 3 makes the turn. The 100-yard breaststroke, a difficult stroke here. Kaiser in lane 3. It's close for second place. Kaiser is going to take it. It's going to be a battle for second place. Kaiser will win this heat. Heat 3 of 7. Kaiser hits the wall at 1:42.19. And in second place is going to go to Strand of Milford with 1:44.22. And in third place is going to go to Bison of Mansfield with a mark of 1:48.07. We move to heat 4 of 7 in this event. And Franklin will have a swimmer in the pool. It will be Sydney Lincourt in lane 5. Lane 1, Emily Dodlin of Milford. Lane 2, Tessa Scrimgore of Milford. Lane 3, Grace Wong of Mansfield. In lane 4, Emma Ducharme of Oliver Ames. Lincourt in lane 5 of Franklin, and Keely Walsh of North Attleboro in lane 6. The Franklin swimmer is Lincourt in lane 5, but the leader is in lane 4, and that's Emma Ducharme. Her best time this year was 1:38.75. Lincourt's best time, 1:40.01. The 100-yard breaststroke, heat 4 of 7. Ducharme again with the lead. In second place in lane 2 is Tessa Scrimgore of Milford, but it's Ducharme halfway home, makes the turn in lane 4. She's swimming for Oliver Ames. Right behind her in lane 2 is Tessa Scrimgore of Milford. A slight lead for Ducharme of Oliver Ames. In third place is Dodlin of Milford. Franklin has fourth place. 1 length of the pool to go. It's going to be between Scrimgore of Milford in lane 2 and and Ducharme in lane 4. Ducharme with the slight lead for Owe in lane 4. But Scrimgore now is inched ahead. Tessa Scrimgore in lane 2. Scrimgore is going to win it in lane 2 with 1:33.60. Second place goes to Ducharme, and third place is going to go to Dodlin of Milford. Good showing by Milford. They take 1 and 2, and in fourth place is going to be Wang, and in fifth place is going to be Walsh. And again, your winner is Scrimgore. Heat number 5 of 7. Franklin does not have a racer in the pool. It's Hannah Leong of North Attleboro in lane 1. Brooke Foreman of Oliver Ames in lane 2. Kaylee Tam of Canton in lane 3. Samantha Conley of Foxborough in lane 4. Mallory Burns of North Attleboro in lane 5. And Summer Silverman of Oliver Ames in lane 6. Heat number 5 of 7, the 100-yard breaststroke. The leader is Kaylee Tam of Canton in lane 3. A slight lead over Sydney Lincourt of Franklin in lane 5. No, I'm sorry. That is not the Franklin swimmer in lane 5. That is Mallory Burns of North Attleboro in lane 5. 1 length of the pool to go. Heat number 5 of 7. It's going to be a close race. In lane 3 is Kaylee Tam. Right next to her in lane 4 is Samantha Conley, followed by Mallory Burns. It's a photo finish here coming up. Let's see who's going to get the victory. It looks like lane 4 is going to get it, and it is. Lane 4 is going to be Samantha Conley. Lane 5, Mallory Burns gets second place. And getting third place in lane 3 is Kaylee Tam. She led for most of the race, but she dropped by a little bit towards the end. And we move now to heat number 6 of 7. And Franklin will not have a racer in the pool on this race. It'll be Emma Bates of Sharon in lane 1. Ava Doherty of Attleboro in lane 2. Vita Raval of Milford in lane 3. Vivian Racine of North Attleboro in lane 4. Abigail Rodricks of Attleboro in lane, Racine is in North Attleboro. Rodricks of Attleboro in lane 5. Lyons, Abigail Lyons of King Philip in lane 6. Heat number 6, the 100-yard breaststroke. With the slight lead in lane 5 is Abigail Rodricks of Attleboro. Very slight over Emma Bates of Sharon in lane 1, followed by Ava Doherty of Attleboro in lane 2. Making the turn now, 2 lengths of the pool to go. We'll have more results for you in a moment. In lane 5, with the lead is Abigail Rodricks. She's opened it up by 2 lengths. Rodricks in lane 5, her best time in this race this year, 1:25.81. She's at 1 minute. Rodricks in lane 5 for Attleboro. She's got a 2-length lead over Ava Doherty, also of Attleboro. Attleboro's going to take 1 and 2 in this race. Rodricks at 1:21.52. Second place is going to go to Doherty, also of Attleboro, at 1:23.75. And third place is going to go to Yedi Raval of Milford with a time of under 1:28. About 1:28. We go to heat 7 of 7. This is where Franklin will have 3 real speed swimmers in the pool. In lane 1, Madison Lawler. In lane 2, Christine Tang. In lane 3, Hope Zayareth. King Philip has Flannery Miller in lane 4, Sharon Avital Gertz in lane 5, and Catherine Elliott in lane 6. Franklin is in lane 1, 2, and 3. And in 3 is your leader, Hope Zayaveth. Zayaveth in lane 3 with the lead. Right behind in lane 2 is Christine Tang. Zayaveth closing in on a half of the race done in lane 3. She's got the lead, followed by Flannery Miller of KP in lane 4. But it's Zayaveth of Franklin in lane 3. Hope swimming fast with the breaststroke in lane 3 with the lead. Her best time this year is 1:10.21. She's at 55 seconds. Zayaveth in lane 3. She's at 1:02. Zayaveth trying to beat her best of 1:10. Can she do it? Zayaveth is going to hit the wall at 1:09.03. She does it and she wins the heat. And finishing second is going to be Flannery Miller, and finishing third, Christine Tang, I believe, of Franklin. That's going to do it for that. We have one final race to go, the girls 400 freestyle relay. And Franklin will be in the second heat. In the first heat will be Oliver Ames, North Attleboro, Taunton, Mansfield, and Milford. And then Franklin will be in the second heat with King Philip, Attleboro, Canton, Foxborough, and Sharon. Franklin swimmers in this last race, but not this heat. The next heat will be Barali, Bourgeois, Ferreira, and Zayaveth. Let's check the scoring now, the overall team scoring after 9 events. The leader is Franklin with 319 points. Attleboro was second with 204. Canton in third with 194. And Foxborough in fourth with 174. King Philip in fifth with 169. Taunton in sixth with 142. Sharon in seventh with 97. Mansfield in eighth with 96. Oliver Ames in ninth with 78. Milford in 10th with 75. And North Attleboro in 11th with 71 points. One race to go. Two heats. The girls' 400-yard freestyle relay. Looking at the first heat, we see some season best scores around 4.5 minutes. One team actually has a 6-minute best. But in the second heat, which Franklin appears in, their best is under 4 minutes. So they'll have to be the favorite. They actually have run this race at 3:51.22. Canton not far behind at 3:59.03. That should be a dandy coming up in the second heat. Well, it's been a great day of racing, and some of the medalists are being given their medals here today. Franklin with the big team lead, 319 to 204, 115-point lead at the moment. Franklin in good shape to take this meet, the Hockomock League Championship. And Franklin comes into the season 7-0. Can they have an undefeated season? Well, we were going to find out. They're in good shape. It looks like they'll have a great chance to do that. But we have one more race, the girls' 400-yard freestyle, 16 lengths of the pool. And it'll be a relay race. 4 swimmers will be in there for each team. In the first heat, Oliver Ames will be in lane 1. And they'll race Madeline Duffy, Rama Hindaye, Catherine Shine, and Ana Luisa Dos Santos. In North Attleboro, they'll have Sophia Rutkadze. She'll be first up. Then Jill Callistra, Gianna Lecco, and Vivian Racine will anchor the North Attleboro team in the 400-yard freestyle relay. Taunton will have their 4 swimmers in the pool. First up will be Megan Viveros. Second, Emma Bradley. Third, Eliana Gay. And fourth will be Mila Davoff. For Mansfield, they'll have Annalise Bilodeau, followed by Caroline Dalton, followed by Catherine Elliott, and then next up will be Addison McDonald. And Milford will send up Camilla Costa, followed by Samantha De Silva, Vetty Raval, and Tessa Scrimgore will anchor Milford for the 400-yard freestyle relay. Then in the second heat, we'll have King Philip, Attleboro, Franklin, Canton, Foxborough, and Sharon. We'll tell you who those swimmers are when we get to that heat in just a few minutes. This race should take about 4.5 minutes or so, and it'll be 2 heats, and that'll do it for our long coverage of the Hockomock League Championship. Pete Royce with you high above the pool in Milford. And how about host Milford? We'd like to thank their team that put this event on, a great effort. We have programs listing all of the events, the sequence of events, every swimmer in every lane. It's just a tremendous job. I'd like to thank David Chaplin and his staff, Laura Allison, Lou Colabello. Many participants have put this first-rate event here, and it's a tremendous event. We had the boys last night, the girls today. And to recap the boys, the winner in the boys division was Sharon with 376 points, Attleboro with 357, Milford with 249, Canton with 246.56, and Franklin with 187. Coach Jessica Pridham of Franklin told me before the meet here today she was very, very pleased with Franklin's performance in the boys' meet. And as for expectation today, I said, Jessica, you have a chance to win it. What do you think? And she just winked. So I think she had a steady confidence that her team could do well, and so far they lead everybody here by over 100 points, so they're in good stead to wrap up with a victory. We'll have the girls' 400-yard freestyle. It's amazing because each swimmer goes 2 lengths, and they give it their all. And so you have 4 players, 4 swimmers giving it everything for their portion of it. Each swimmer is in the pool for about a minute and 15 or so, maybe a minute and a half max. So they give it their best, racing up and down here in this beautiful pool in Milford. Well, we hope you enjoy our coverage. We're on Franklin TV, and we're streaming worldwide on the internet, on YouTube. We have people come up to us here at this event and thank us for putting it on live stream. And we're the only show in town, so we hope you enjoyed our coverage here as we begin to wrap up not only today, but 2 days of swimming excellence here in Milford. And so a little bit of a delay here before the final event goes. We're going to pause and take a break. You're watching exciting Hockomock Swim Championships from Milford. The final race is next on Franklin TV. We're ready to go with the final race of the day. There'll be 2 heats, the 400-yard freestyle relay. We have some updated summary scores for you in just a minute. Oliver Ames in lane 1, North Attleboro in lane 2, Taunton in lane 3, Mansfield in lane 4, Milford in lane 5. Franklin does not have a swimmer in this heat. They will have their team in the next heat. This is 400 yards, a relay, freestyle. The early lead goes to Taunton in lane 3. Their swimmer is Megan Viveros, and she'll do another 2. North Attleboro in lane 4 has Sophia Rukadzi. And in lane 2 is that's North Attleboro swimmer. Lane 4, Mansfield has Annalise Bilodeau. In lane 5, Milford has Camila Costa. And in lane 1, Oliver Ames has Madeline Duffy. The leader is in lane 3. It's Taunton. It's Viveros, and she completes her leg. And now jumping in is Emma Bradley. And in lane 4 for Mansfield is Caroline Dalton replacing Annalise Bilodeau. So in lane 3, Taunton with the lead. It's Bradley swimming. In lane 4, it's Dalton from Mansfield, a half a length behind. Taunton with the lead. Their best time in this event was 4:25.57. 400-yard freestyle relay. So Taunton with the lead in lane 3 by 2 lengths over Mansfield in lane 4. It's Emma Bradley swimming against Caroline Dalton at the moment. There are your 1 and 2 leaders in this event, the 400-yard freestyle. The third swimmer is about to jump in. For Taunton will be Eliana Gay. And for Mansfield will be Catherine Elliott. And Gay hits the water. Eliana Gay for Taunton in lane 3. A nice lead for Taunton now. As jumping in is Elliott in lane 4. Gay swimming fast in lane 3 for Taunton. Again, their best score is 4:25.57. The 400-yard freestyle relay. Franklin will be in the next heat to wrap up the day. We have some updated scoring figures for you in just a moment. Gay hits the wall. She's got 2 more lengths to complete her portion of the 4-person relay. Mila Davoff will be replacing her in a few minutes. In lane 4 is Mansfield's Catherine Elliott. She's 4.5 lengths behind Taunton's Eliana Gay. Davoff getting ready to replace Gay for the final stretch run for this 400-yard freestyle relay. Taunton in lane 3, they have a big lead. And Davoff is in the water. In lane 4, jumping in for Mansfield is Addison McDonald. Taunton with the big lead. Swimming fast here is Mila Davoff in lane number 3. 3-length lead over Mansfield. Davoff, 2 lengths of the pool to go to bring it home for Taunton. But closing fast now is McDonald of Mansfield. McDonald is going to outswim Davoff. In Mansfield's McDonald takes the lead in lane number 4. McDonald for Mansfield, their best this season was 4:35.04. Mansfield is going to take it in lane 4. Addison McDonald, she's going to hit the wall at 4:26.71. And Taunton will finish in second place at 4:30.11. So Mansfield with a big rush, and they just were a second off their best of the season. I mean, maybe, a second and a half. And so we're going to have Well, the final races are finishing up. In lane 5 is going to be Milford. And lane 1, Oliver Ames is complete. And they're not quite complete. In lane 2 is North Attleboro. And lane 1 is going to be Oliver Ames. They're going to be wrapping it up here shortly. And we're going to move to heat number 2, the final heat of the final race today. The 400-yard girls freestyle relay. Franklin will have its expert team in the pool. And they will be in lane 3. Harakale Barali will be first up, followed by Sydney Bourgeois, followed by Emma Ferreira. And the last swimmer is going to be Hope Zayaveth. Zayaveth will be the 4th and anchor swimmer for Franklin in the 400-yard freestyle relay. Some updated numbers for you. Up until this last event, the leading team was Franklin with 366 points. Let me give you some perspective on that. The Sharon boys won their event last night with 376 points, and we still have one more event for Franklin. So look for the Panthers to maybe approach 400 points here today, and they should take this event, the Hockomock Championship. In second place is Attleboro with 236, so that's 130 points behind Franklin. Canton at 212, then KP at 186, Foxborough at 180, and on down the line, Taunton 142, Sharon 112, Mansfield 105, Milford, North Attleboro, and Oliver Ames. We have the final heat. Franklin is in lane 3, and they jump off to a lead. This is Barali for Franklin in lane 3 with a good start. Barali hits the wall. In second place in lane 6 is going to be Sharon, and that's Kat Chavez. But Barali opens up a 3-length lead in the first 2 lengths. Barali hits the wall. Harakalai Barali for Franklin in lane 3. A 3.5-length lead. Franklin trying to go out in style to take the championship of the Hockomock League. Barali will be replaced shortly by Sydney Bourgeois, who's mounting the starting blocks now to replace Barali, the relay, the 400-yard freestyle. Barali with a 5-length lead, and Bourgeois dives into the pool here in Franklin. Sydney Bourgeois in lane 3, the freestylist, going through it, her motions. She's going to hit the wall here. They have a 5-length lead to the Panthers, wrapping up this championship in fine style here today from Milford. Sydney Bourgeois in lane 3, swimming fast and furious. Barali, 2 more lengths to go before she's replaced by Emma Ferreira. Franklin has opened up a half a pool length lead over their competitors. It's King Philip in lane 1, Attleboro in lane 2, Canton in lane 4, Foxborough in lane 5, and Sharon in lane 6. Bourgeois, 1 length of the pool to go before she's replaced by Emma Ferreira. Bourgeois in lane 3, Ferreira ready to jump in, ready to dive in, and there goes Emma Ferreira. She's in the pool with a head-first dive. Ferreira in lane 3. More than a half a length pool lead for the Panthers, almost 3/4 of a length for Franklin. Emma Ferreira. Franklin's best time in this event was 3:51.12. They're at 2:15. Can they beat their best record of the year and go out in style? Ferreira, 2 more lengths to go, and she'll be replaced by Hope Zayaveth, the anchor swimmer for Franklin. Ferreira in lane 3. Nearly a 1 full length lead over the nearest rival in lane 5, and that is Foxborough. Ferreira, as Hope Zayaveth gets ready to mount the blocks and finish it up for Franklin and wrap up this Hockomock League Championship. Hope Zayaveth is on the blocks. She's in the pool for Franklin. 4 more lengths to go for Franklin to win the championship. Zayaveth. Hope in lane 3, swimming fast, the freestylist. 3 lengths to go for Franklin to win the championship. Franklin with over a length of the pool lead over their rivals. Zayaveth 2 lengths to go for Franklin. Hope Siaveth hits the wall for the second to the last time. Franklin about to go to 8-0 on the season, an undefeated season for the Franklin High Panthers. Siaveth just over a length of the pool to go. Franklin is going to win this event going away. Siaveth in lane 3, about to hit the wall. The time to beat is 3:59, 3:51.22. Siaveth at 3:43. Siaveth is going to hit it at, let's check the timing here. We didn't see the time on the board, but Franklin wins it. Franklin wins it. The race team of Barali, Bourgeois, Ferreira, and Siaveth. And Franklin wins it going away, and they're the champion of the Hockomock League. The time was 4:07.70 for Franklin. No, that's wrong. We're going to get the right time here in just a moment. Scoreboard seems to be off a little bit. We haven't had the, okay, there it is. 3:42.15 was the Franklin score. 3:42.15. And that beats Franklin's overall best mark in this race by 9 seconds. So they win it in style. Franklin is the overall champion of the Hockomock League in the girls division with nearly, I would guess, around 400 points. In their next rival had just about 120 points less, so a big win for Franklin. They finished the season at 8-0, and they were 6-0 in the Hockomock League, counting this championship. 2-0 outside the Hawk, and Franklin is going to win it here at Milford High School. Some great races by all of the teams, but Franklin pulls it up, and they are going to go home in the cold weather, warmed by this outstanding performance here today. That's going to do it for our coverage. We hope you enjoyed our coverage from last night to today. I saw a staff member here. He said, hey, what did you do, Pete? Sleep here? Well, not quite, but we were up early, and so was our excellent production team led by Chris Flynn, Meredith Robertson, and Melissa Marchese. That's going to do it. Franklin is your Hockomock League champion. I'd like to thank the staff here at Franklin, the athletic team led by David Chaplin, and also Laura Allison, Lou Colabella, and of course the Franklin High coach, Jessica Pridham. What a job she's done. Franklin wins the girls division. They finished 5th in the boys. This is Pete Royce. The final tally here, Franklin with nearly 400 points is your Hockomock League Swim Championship team in 2023. Till next time, for the whole team, Pete Royce saying, so long, neighbors.